Waiting. Okay. No. What do you mean, no? Is it working or not? Ah, that's weird. Okay. Um, it says I'm live. It's still saying no. I don't know. Is it actually working or not? I would have absolutely no idea. Hmm. Uh, okay. That's weird. Da-da. Da-da-da. That's weird. Oh, why is restricted mode on? That's weird. All right, so this is working. Well, mostly anyway. And I'm assuming restricted mode got turned on while I wasn't looking for some reason. That doesn't even make any sense. Why would it be on? I hate how restricted mode works, dude. It's actually so annoying. So, since I turned that off, then that should work now. All right, so now the real question is it actually working? So, since I turned that off on while I wasn't looking for some reason, that doesn't even make any sense. Why would it be on? All right, good. Everything is working. We've got everything running. Perfect. That was annoying. That was actually really, really annoying. But it's fixed now, so that should be good. We're going to keep this on just in case we have to come back in here. Yes, I know moderation, blah, 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 blah. I get that. 100%, blah, 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 blah. All right, good. We are good. We are good. Alrighty. Yeah, finally. Let's get this show on the road. We don't need this right here. Turn off display, and then we can switch from this and this. And then unmute this. Alrighty, finally, here we go. That was really, really annoying. But I figured it out. I'm not the most tech-savvy person in the world, but I managed to figure it out. Anyway, Let me get my mic kind of out of my face so that I can actually talk here. All right. Hi everyone, welcome to the Devin Blight channel. My name is Devin Blight, and today we are starting our first Doki Doki night, which is basically just, you know, me playing Doki Doki Literature Club mods on Fridays and having fun, I guess, you know? Anyway, so this mod is called Doki Doki Relapse. I saw it online browsing through like mods and different things I could play, and I heard that it was pretty good, so I figured I'd check it out in this live stream. Now this live stream, I don't really know how long it's going to be per se. It could be super long, it could be super short. Honestly, we're just going to see. This all is kind of an experiment, you know? Anyway, let's just have fun, you know? And also, I can switch between an image and the actual screen just in case, you know, anything like bad happens, you know? Because I would absolutely hate to have my live stream age restricted again, because that's happened before, and that absolutely was awful, you know? And I didn't like that. So we're going to play this. We're going to have fun, see if it is any good. If it is any good, then that's going to be great. And if it's not, and if it's abysmal crap, then it's abysmal crap. Anyway, enough yapping on my part. Let's just go in and play the mod. All right, we're in. Finally. And we start with the I gently open the door scene. I gently open the door. Sayori. Oh, never mind. I jumped to conclusions there. I shoot up in bed, drenched in cold sweat. What the freak? That dream. Sayori. It felt so real. She wouldn't do that. Not my Sayori. She just wouldn't. I think back to what she told me yesterday. She said she was depressed. And that scream after I... Oh, okay, so this is after we chose the route in which we reject Sayori's confession. Alright, great, thanks. Wait, what was it I did? My head begins to hurt as I try rethinking back to yesterday's events. Why can't I remember? It was only a day ago. I ask my ceiling this, but I get no response. I mean, after all, it is a ceiling, after all. I glance at the clock on my nightstand. 4 a.m. I try to think more about the nightmare that awoke me, but my head feels foggy, and I begin to have trouble keeping my eyes open. As I begin lying back down, I realize something. Tuesday? Why does my alarm clock say Tuesday? As I drift off, I figure it's just because of the way I slept wildly at it in the morning. Probably just hit a button. Okay, interesting. Oh, oops. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, I'll stop. Some match. I begin my morning routine by slapping the crap out of my alarm clock. As all people do. Sorry, buddy, you know it's out of love. I say insincerely. I climb out of my bed and feel my shirt sticking to my sides. Ugh, gross. I need a shower. I make my way into the bathroom as I try to peel my shirt off. Ugh, why won't it come off? After finally forcing it off and getting undressed, I hop in the shower and begin my lather, rinse, and repeat routine. Once I'm clean as a whistle, I step out and begin to try making myself look presentable. Today is festival day after all. Alright, festival day, cool. I just hope I don't suck too hard at presenting my poem. The idea of presenting in front of a crowd does make me feel a bit uneasy, but I can also use it as a way to impress Sasuke. Okay, so Here's the route that we're currently on. We're going through the Natsuki route, and more specifically, we're going through the specific version of that route where we reject Sayori's confession. Alright, gotcha. Not that I really need to. It's clear after what happened yesterday that she's into me. I can't help but smile as I say this. Oh, and I can't forget Sayori. I promised her that I'd spend the festival with her. I will gladly give up Natsuki time if it means making Sayori feel better, especially after yesterday. My mind starts drifting back to last night. If my memories were foggy then, they're darn near however you say that. They're good now, like they happened only a few hours ago. Why is that? I shrug off the thought as I start brushing my teeth. After finishing up, I head to the kitchen to whip up some breakfast before I leave. Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes, bacon pancakes, that's what I want to make. I sing this to myself as I open a pack of Pop-Tarts. Okay, bro, why are you singing about bacon pancakes if you're eating Pop-Tarts, you weirdo? Munch, munch, munch. Just gotta say every single sound that happens in this playthrough. I lean against the kitchen table thinking about the festival once I've finished devouring the delectable pastries. I wonder what the weather is supposed to be today. Natsuki will be pissed if it rains. I whip out my phone and pull out the weather app. Sweet, the weather for Tuesday is clear and sunny. Wait, Tuesday? Dang it, why is my weather app set to Tuesday? First my alarm clock and now my phone? I refreshed the app a few times to no avail. A light bulb suddenly flicks on my head. Oh no 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 no! Did I sleep through Monday? Did I miss the festival? How is that even possible? Was I drugged? I knew her tea tasted funny. I opened the calendar app to try and ease my confusion. I proceeded to do the opposite. 4th? The festival was on the 10th, wasn't it? I rummaged through my bag until I found school's calendar of events. Festival. Ah, crap. December 10th. I stand at the kitchen table in a confused stupor. Maybe they all meant next Monday. Still, that means I slept through all of yesterday? And why would me and Natsuki make cupcakes a week in advance? Oh! Cupcakes! I slide over to the oven where we set them yesterday. But no cupcakes or presents. Maybe she broke in and took them while I was comatose. At this point, I began to lose my crap slightly. Did I really sleep through a whole day? Was last week all just a dream? If that was all a dream, I really need to stop watching harem anime. Okay, bro. No, that's impossible. There's no way I'm going to stop watching harem anime. Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, bro. Oh, I guess my situation is pretty crapped up too. Do I normally swear this often? I disregard the thought. It's getting close to time to leave. Maybe talking to the others will help clear things up. Hold on, let me fix my camera. I don't like how it's angled. It's like slightly like bent or whatever. I don't like how that looks. Is that work? Is that good? Maybe tilt it down a little bit? Ah, okay. That should be good. Alrighty. Okay, there we go. Alright. I head out the door and begin making my way towards the school. I would think Vice President Sayori would already be there if today really is the day of the festival. That is until... Ah! Oh wait, crap, we're getting to the girls. Should I do a voice for them? No, I like maybe do like some sort of a voice, but not really, you know? That sounds familiar. I see Sayori running towards me, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That looks familiar. Ah, Sayori, my friend and neighbor since we were children. Wait, why am I explaining this to myself? I overslept again. Hearing this pains me a little. But I caught you this time. Sorry, Sayori. Had I known you were still home, I would have waited. Huh? That's alright. I know we don't talk much anymore, and I wouldn't want to make you late. Don't talk much. We've talked pretty much every day for a week. Sure, we drifted apart, but I really felt like we were connecting. We were reconnecting. But that's just like you, Devin. Always looking out for other people. I know after that exchange yesterday that she couldn't be further from the truth. She seems so down here recently. Why is she so upbeat now? Is it because of the festival? Oh! Hey, Sayori, I've got a question. Sure. What is it, Devin? What day is the school festival? The festival? It's next Monday. Why? Wait. You weren't thinking about joining a club, were you? She asked me that like it's a bad thing. Meanwhile, I fall deeper into confusion. Join a club? You totally should. If you start to socialize more, I wouldn't worry about you becoming a NEET. How does Sayori know what NEET means? More importantly, what the hell is going on? He seems to notice my face scrunch as the thoughts overwhelm my physical body. Are you okay? No, I am not. Sure I am. I was just thinking about clubs to join. Well, if you can't decide, I know a great club that could use some more members. Let me guess, the literature club. Lucky guess. What is happening? All this is so familiar. Is Sayori just messing with me? Did I not join her club? Wait a minute. All these things happening again. It being the same day? Oh crap! I get it now. It's so obvious. I'm a time wizard. I mean, that's one way to look at it, to be sure. This is awesome! Wait, but why did I only go back 1 week? And do I lose my memories of being a wizard whenever I travel back in time? Do I have the Hey, wait, what was the last part? Do I have the ability now or do I... Okay, thank you. Hold on 1 second, gotta check on something. Click the wrong thing. Alright, we've managed to get one person to click. That's not really all that good, but you know, that's better than nothing. Devin! I immediately realize I'm standing still on the sidewalk, staring at a bench. Sorry, Sayori. I was just, zoning out a little bit. I'm trying to play it off, but I admit it's pretty hard to act like nothing has happened. She can't be allowed to know my power. You're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Don't worry. I don't intend to take away your title of Zone Out Master anytime soon. Hey, that's Zone Out Queen to you, mister. Sorry, my lady. Please forgive me. I bow my head and hold up my cupped hands up to her. I will show you mercy. Just this once. You may rise. We both start laughing as I straighten up. Time wizard or not, Sayori is still my best friend. I won't let her be sad. Not anymore. No matter what. We begin getting closer to the school and I realize that there aren't that many students around us. I guess we took longer to get here than last time. We arrive at the entrance and say our goodbyes as we part ways. Alrighty. The school day is as boring as ever. These mortals have no idea what is among them. That aside, I've considered alternative explanations for what has happened. Though Time Wizard does seem like the most logical, maybe Sayori just has amnesia or something. Now that wouldn't work either. Amnesia wouldn't mess up my calendar and alarm clock. It's hard to tell from the school day if things are the same due to how little attention I pay to it. Sorry, I had to really pronounce that. I need to be sure. Ah, I've got it! To put my space-time knowledge to the test, I wait patiently after the final bell. I should know it's coming. Fair enough, after a few minutes, I hear Sayori walking up to me from the door. Hello? Ah, I was expecting you. Dang it. Maybe I should have just let it play out the same as last time. Oh well, wouldn't hurt to have some fun with it. What? I proceed to put my fingers to my temples and close my eyes. I'm having a vision. I see you coming to me to invite me to some sort of gathering. It appears to be a club of sorts. I'm also getting a strong sense of literature coming from this club. Now I see you. It appears as though you've bribing me with something. Sweet. Okay, I actually really like this mod now. As I open my eyes, I see Sayori blinking with astonishment. How did you know? Puny mortals. Oh my gosh. Puny mortals can be so cute. We may or may not have talked much recently, but I still know you pretty well. So well, in fact, that it looks like I've become immune to your routine. Meanie. I can't help but join her in on the giggling. But Devin, how will I get you to join the club without my routine? I watch as she ponders over this for a moment. Well, you never told me what kinds of sweets you had. Cupcakes? Cupcakes! I stand up so fast out of my chair that the wind created almost blows out the windows. Luckily, Sayori has a firm stance. That's it. I give in. My soul is yours to command. You have recognized my only weakness. You truly are a worthy adversary. I proceed to kneel in front of her until she starts laughing. It's been a long time since I've seen you like this, Devin. Well, from what I remember of last week, I was kinda dull. Where was my personality? My charisma? I'm surprised anyone even bothered talking to me. Still, I did manage to make Natsuki like me. But if she liked the old me, she'll love the new me. Or she'll hate me. This thought would bother a normal man, but a normal man I am not. I am a time wizard, after all. Well, Sayori, I guess you just have that effect on me. Is she blushing? Quick, don't make it turn awkward. Oh, well, we should probably get going. I wouldn't want us to be late on my first day. Right. I'll lead the way. Alright, I really love how the MC actually has a personality in this mod. This makes it a million times more enjoyable. And thus marks the day I pledge my eternal allegiance to a cinnamon bun. He leads me to the club room doors upstairs. This is it. Time to see if I'm insane or not. Sayori, full of energy, darn near rips the doors right off the hinges. Everyone, the new member is here. Hell right. I proudly march into the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It is a pleasure meeting you. Oh, please, the pleasure is all mine. I say in a gentle, manly voice while bowing slightly. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Dang. Should have thought of something witty to say to Natsuki. It would probably just make her mad. Ah, Devin, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escaped me in this situation last time, but I've come prepared. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. My apologies. It's just that pretty girls are a weakness of mine, second only to cupcakes. Natsuki and Yuri both caught off guard by my compliment. Maka, however, just seems confused. Oh my gosh, this mod. I love it so much. You didn't tell us your friend was a weirdo. Well, what do you expect? I am Sayori's friend, after all. I wrap my arm around Sayori's shoulder and pull her close while flashing my biggest smile. Wait, what's that supposed to mean? Meanie. Success. It looks like I managed to put a smile on all the girls' faces. Well, except Monica, who's looking at me like I'm the world's hardest Sudoku puzzle. Excuse me, Sayori, but it appears I haven't been properly introduced to these ladies yet. Oh, right. Devin, this is Natsuki and Yuri. Natsuki and Yuri, this is Devin. Natsuki is the one who made cupcakes. She's always full of energy. And Yuri is the genius of the club. Don't say things like that. Ah, timid Yuri. Some things never get old. I wonder if time wizards get old. I should do some research. Oh, and I should probably say something as well. Well, it has been a pleasure making your acquaintances. And big words, huh? What are you compensating for? Natsuki, please try show some decency. Ah, Natsuki's insults. Some things... Wait, I've already thought that line. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Yep, it's hard to forget the person who outshines you in literally everything. Everything except time travel, hopefully. I was hoping my compliment would have some effect, but it seems the Sudoku puzzle on her face is a real B word. That's right. It's great to see you again, Devin. Did Monica develop a stutter? Or perhaps my confidence has got her hot and bothered. Probably a stutter. You too, Monica. It's strange to think that I was so intimidated by her last time. I mean, she's only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Come sit down, Devin. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. I have the urge to sit next to Monica as a power play, but I wouldn't want Sayori to think I'm ditching her. I take a seat next to her while trying to think of other ways I can display dominance. I'm pondering this when suddenly... Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Even though I'm sitting down, my knees go weak at the sight of them. I hope my drooling isn't noticeable. So cute! Oh gosh, my voice. I had no idea you're so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one. As I go to grab a cupcake, me and Sayori's hand crash into each other. As far as I know, I'm the only human on Earth who can keep up with her lightning-fast food reflexes. She's like a culinary ninja. We shoot each other a Western-style glance before grabbing our own cupcakes. She knows I'm a worthy challenger. As I turn my attention to the cupcake, I can hear Sayori devouring hers. So good! I can feel the presence of icing on her face from here. Normally, I would eat at the same pace as her too, but self-control in public is a good skill to have. Though I do wonder, do I need to eat? Can time wizards die of starvation? Am I taking this time wizard thing too far? Nah. My theory of wizardry has succeeded in every test thus far. The girls, the club room, the cupcake... Oh crap, I should eat this now. Natsuki probably has been watching me. Munch.
Hey, that's pretty good.
No way they actually did that. No way they actually did that. That's actually hilarious. I hope that none of the girls get that reference. That hope is lost when I see a grin creep across Natsuki's face.
Fucking gay?
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. That should not have made me laugh as hard as it did. Gosh. Oh, why did that make me laugh so hard? Oh man. Sorry. That's such a Natsuki thing to say that it just made me laugh like crazy. Natsuki? This girl. She will be my wife. My descendants will see her as a goddess. I'm snapped out of my trance when I realize Sayori and Yuri's reaction. Luckily, Monica doesn't seem to be paying attention. If Sayori or Yuri were confused before, they're bewildered now. At least Natsuki is enjoying herself. I'm so sorry, Devin. I don't know. It's okay, Sayori. It's just a reference. It kind of goes along with the thing I said. If anything, it's my fault. Heh. Huh? But this shame seems to have broken Sayori. Natsuki, you shouldn't be using language like that in the club room. It's rude and disrespectful. Well, sorry if my words weren't big enough to meet your standards. Not. Don't worry about it, Yuri. I kind of had it coming. And don't worry, I don't think any less of any of you or the club. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The opposite? Yeah, it's good to see you all like this. It kind of reminds me of a family, you know? Maybe not a great family, but still a family. A family, you say? I see. Yuri begins to pull Sayori as she too tries to comprehend what just happened. Oh, I almost forgot the tea. Well, that was interesting. As Yuri passes out the tea, the awkwardness from the previous conversation begins to clear up. I absolutely love that reference, by the way. That was absolutely hilarious. Sayori becomes less broken, Yuri relaxes some, and Natsuki returns to her tough demeanor. Everything looks good, well, except Monika. She's barely spoken and didn't even scold Natsuki after she dropped an F-bomb. I remember her telling me that she wasn't good at talking to people, but still. She should have at least been a little shocked. Maybe she's got something on her mind that didn't come up last time. I'll try to speak to her at some point and maybe ease up on some of my disruptiveness. I proceed to turn my attention to Yuri while also praying that I haven't effed up too badly. So, Yuri, you keep a whole tea set in this club room? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Well, I'm glad. Nothing helps me enjoy a good book like a hot cup of tea. Is that so? Her face takes on a shade of crimson I've never seen before. Gotcha! I'm glad to hear that. I feel the same way. Oh wait, oops. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Huh? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. Well, whatever she's trying to do, it's working. I flash a big smile at Yuri and Monika. Monika looks kinda flustered, maybe. Or pissed, it's hard to tell with her. Anyway, this here is a literature club, so let's say we get to the brass tactics. What kind of books, literature do you guys like to read? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the room for teacup with her finger. I'll admit, I was actually kind of excited for this moment. Listening to her describe the book she likes, the effect horror can have on your mind, seeing her confidence fills me with determination. Undertale reference right there. What about you, Devin? What types of literature do you enjoy? I was just going to wing this part of the conversation, but as she asks this, my brain is suddenly overwhelmed. Knowledge from all kinds of books and literature fill my thoughts. Is this from the future? That makes no sense, though. Oh well, I'm not going to complain. Actually, I kind of like to read all kinds of things. Novels, poetry, manga. That one's for you, Natsuki. But on the subject of horror and on the subject of horror and psychology, I really enjoy Thomas Harris's Hannibal Lecter series and the way he puts you in the mind of psychopaths. Oh, and the way Stephen King's books are so descriptive that you can have nightmares about things that you've never actually seen. All four girls look shocked. Thank you, random knowledge from nowhere. I had no idea you were so well versed in literature, Devin. Sayori never mentioned it. I didn't even know you read. Gives. Well, I suppose I adapted an appreciation for it at some point. Sorry to mention it earlier. More like, sorry I didn't know either. Maybe if we spend time together again, you'll learn more about me. Yeah, maybe. That blush makes my heart skip a beat. I've never seen Sayori embarrassed like this. My protective instincts begin to flare up. I will protect her. Though how I do that is still unclear. While Sayori is zoned out, I turn to Monica. She still hasn't said much. So, Monica, if memory serves me correctly, you were the captain of the debate club last night. Last year. Now, when made you decide to start a literature club? Well, actually, the silence after that, lasts longer than I remember. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around major clubs. She goes on to explain why she started the club, but I can't help but feel that her smile is unnatural. Like she's trying hard to maintain it. Is she mad that I'm becoming a dominant force of wit and charm? Or maybe she's jealous. I haven't given her much attention since she really hasn't said anything. And now that she is talking, I'm not paying attention. Crap. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. I bet. I just feel bad for all the schmucks who are missing out on this awesome club. Although I bet small like this makes events like the festival that much more important. Monica thinks about what I said for a moment. You're absolutely right. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Talking about the club seems to make her ease up some. This club really does mean a lot to her. Heck, to all of them. So, I know you do reading in here, but do you also do any writing? Well, we've never done it as a group, but Sayori and I have written some poems. Oh, and Natsuki wrote one too. I believe it was called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine. Monica pulls out a piece of scrap paper, which is quickly snatched by Natsuki. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. I'm not cute! Why did I say it like that? I'd beg to differ. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Huh? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's hella hard, homie. Natsuki looks at me with a mix of confusion and annoyance. Where do you find these weirdos, Sayori? What he's trying to say is he thinks that's impressive. Isn't that right, Devin? Word. Well, he should be impressed. My poems are pretty amazing. If that's the case, why don't you just share them sometimes? No! He quickly averts her eyes. That demeanor quickly fled, and I have a creeping suspicion that I know why. You're not very confident in your own writing, are you? You wouldn't like them. Why not? You strike me as someone who can say a lot with a little. I actually find writing like that to be especially powerful. Natsuki looks at me with wide eyes. How did you... I understand how Natsuki feels. Dang it! Would your timing have been any worse, Yuri? He was practically putting in my poems. Ugh. Oh well, I suppose I still have plenty of time to work my magic on these girls. Charisma magic, not my time magic. Though I guess I sort of already did use that. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment, though I know Monica will break it soon. That is, assuming I haven't derailed her too much. Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
It's an RPG, boys. Story doesn't matter.
What was that? Oh gosh. What was that? What is with these random meme sounds in this mod? This is hilarious. Though I guess that's not entirely true. What these girls say is important. Oh, and this isn't some RPG either. While being a master of time and space is pretty neat, listening to conversation the second time is pretty boring. I would say something witty or charming, but I don't want to mess up and prevent the poem sharing activity. The butterfly effect can be a real pain, especially if it involves Wendigos. I got that reference too, Until Dawn. Though I can't say the stakes aren't high for this situation either. I feel my stomach turn as I recall the end of last week. Maybe me and Sayori can spend some time together after the club meeting. Isn't that right, Devin? Monica smiles at me. Oh, you betcha! How could I not join a club with this many cool cats in it? I smile at all the girls. One by one, their eyes light up. Yay! I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, I could actually get used to... Dang, now's not the time to think like that. I am relieved to hear that you have decided to join the club. I gotta say in the most robotic voice ever. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Well, that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's an honor to be here. Even though Monica is putting on a happy face, she still seems kinda off. Like she's frustrated about something. Dang, this girl might actually hate me. To be fair, I do keep zoning out and not listening to her. But hey, I've got a lot to think of. What was that quote from Uncle Bed? Something about rice? What? I didn't get that one. Hey Devin, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? Why, of course, my lady. What kind of man would I be if I left a pretty girl like you to fend for herself? Sayori's face lights up at my comment. But before we go, I need to talk to Monica real quick about, my membership and stuff. Real smooth, Devin. It's a good thing she's still a little thrown off from my compliment. Sure. I'll be waiting by the door. As Sayori heads to the front of the room, I make my way towards Monica. Hey, Monica. Oh, hey, Devin. She's not even trying to smile at this point. I'm sorry if I caused any problems or messed up the flow of the club. It wasn't my... He stops me. Can I ask you a question? I want to go ahead and get it out of the way. Yep, what out of the way? Sure. Go for it. Devin, do you watch anime? The heck? Did she just ask me if... say what? Do you watch anime? A yes or no will suffice. Crap, what do I say? I want her to know I watch anime, but I also don't want to lie to her. If something ever does happen between us, she'll find out anyway. I should probably say... well, I can't say yes, so I'll just say no. Yeah, I do actually. I'm sorry if you hate anime or something. I'm not sure how I expected her to react, but this isn't it. She asked me like she already knew the answer, so why does she look so surprised? Devin, what's going on with her? She's looking at me like I just transformed to a lizard person. Crap, I didn't turn into a lizard person, did I? Sorry, I don't dislike anime. I'm just glad you were honest. Glad I was honest? Why is she blushing? Does she secretly love anime or something? The thought of Monica secretly being a weeb makes me smile. Well, of course. I wouldn't lie to my club president on the first day. Or any day. I wouldn't lie on any day. Gotta give it the most weak laugh ever. Also, my throat is killing me. Oh. The annoying thing about this stupid mask situation is it makes it hard to eat or drink anything while doing something live. Because, I obviously can't pause this or anything, so it's just annoying. Well, honesty is important to have among your club. Come on, throat. Don't betray me now. Well, honesty is important. Honesty is important to have among club members, Yeah, you said it. And I'm glad we got to talk, Monica, but I probably should get going. I hate to leave Sayori hanging. That was an incredibly poor choice of words. What the heck is wrong with me? I guess I'll be seeing you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Devin. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Oh no, I'm not falling for that one. Getting suspended for 3 days isn't worth it. Not even for Monica. Well, maybe for Monica. Yeah. Well, that conversation with Monica could have gone better. Still, it doesn't seem like she totally hates me, so that's good. It'll certainly make getting to know her easier. But I can't stop there. I'm going to need to spend time with everyone. I'm sure getting close to the others can't be too hard, but what's the end game? Do I end up with all of them and just look like a man slut? I don't know much about girls, but I don't think they'd take kindly to sharing a boyfriend. I'm sure there's a country song somewhere that describes that feeling. Whatever happens, I'll just have to improvise, adapt, and overcome. Just like Bear Grylls Sensei. Now, what would Sensei do in this situation? Devin? What? I look around and realize I've been walking halfway home with Sayori. Oof. Sorry, I must have zoned out. You weren't thinking about Bear Grylls again, were you? No. That's insane, I would never. You're so predictable. Is that so? If I remember correctly, you've been the predictable one today. That doesn't count. Well, how about we both do something less predictable then? I hope that didn't sound suggestive. Less predictable? Like what? How about we go to the park? Just like old times, you know? Yeah! Seeing Sayori like this makes me warm and fuzzy, but also a little guilty. Does spending time with me really make her this happy? I shudder a little as that scream goes through my head. Are you okay, Devin? Of course. Just excited is all. I'm glad that answer satisfies her. There's no way I could explain what I was actually feeling. On the way to the park, we both stop by our houses to change out of our uniforms. We meet back up in front of Sayori's house and continue our walks to the park. We make small talk the entire way there. It's amazing how quickly you can reconnect with someone you haven't talked to much in a while. Although I do suppose I have about a week's worth of practice on her. After walking and talking for a few minutes, we finally reach the park. I know I've been here before, it feels like I'm seeing it for the first time. Odd. Just checking the stream and making sure everything is good. Yep, everything is good, and nobody's watching. That's fine. Ah, it's so pretty here. She's not wrong. The trees, the weather, everything. I'm really glad we came here. Huh? Did he say something, Devin? Oh, I was just saying how everything is so pretty. Oh? We should walk the trail. What do you think? Full of good ideas as always, I see. Sure, let's get going. As I finish saying this, I can't help but notice a headache creeping in. We both begin to walk the trail of the park. Even though it's technically called a trail, it isn't much more than a concrete path that goes around the perimeter of the small lake. Or is it a large pond? I can't say it's a bad thing though, it keeps us from having to walk through trees and get our shoes dirty. Plus the path is wide enough for two people to stand comfortably next to each other. After walking for a few minutes, I realized me and Sayori haven't talked since we started. She seems to be entranced by the view, like it's been a lifetime since she's seen it. I wonder how long it's been since she's come here. Surely she's told one of the club members about this place. We always loved coming here as kids. Running through the woods, climbing trees, getting scolded by our parents when we jumped into the lake. I wipe some dust out of my eyes as I think about it. Hey Devin, remember that time that bird flew out of the bush and scared me? How could I forget? You lost your footing and fell into the bank. You started crying about how you were drowning even though the water was barely a foot deep. I had to practically carry you out of it. Our parents were so mad when they saw us. I couldn't help it. I was really scared. Don't worry, I believe you. I remember you going around telling everyone about how I saved you and how I was your hero. Yeah, that. It suddenly feels like somebody dumped a ton of bricks into my stomach. Thinking about how Sayori told people I saved her, how she called me a hero. Dang it. I feel tears threatening my eyes, but I managed to hold them back. Devin? Are you okay? Yeah, I was just thinking about all the fun we had here, you know? Actually, come to think of it, it's been quite a while since I've come here together, hasn't it? I immediately feel a wave of guilt wash over me as I say this. Have I really been taking my friendship with Sayori for granted? Is she depressed because of me? I feel my hands clench into fists as I think about it. I have to fix this. After a few seconds of silence, I can't help myself anymore. Sayori? Are you okay? Huh? Yeah, I'm great. I was scared she was going to say something like that. It's going to be tough to talk about, but I have to do it. Sayori, I'm serious. Are you okay? What do you mean? Why do you ask it like that all of a sudden? Honestly, it's because I feel bad. I feel like I've been taking our friendship for granted. I try not to choke on my words as I continue. Like I was only thinking of myself when I should have been more considerate to how you felt. You were always so happy when we played together or had sleepovers, but over time, I guess I forgot about how happy it made you, and I began to become a recluse. So hold on, let me read that again. I guess I forgot about how happy it made you, and I began to become a recluse. Had I realized this sooner, I would have tried so much harder to reach out to you. I hate that I let something so important slip through my fingers like that. I've been so... Oh, hold on. I've been so selfish, I just want... Stop! Please, Devin, why are you talking like this? Sari looks like she could start crying any second now. It's because... now or never. Because you're the most important thing in the world to me. Being with you now makes me realize just how much I miss this. How much I've missed us. And it would crush me to find out you were unhappy because I was a selfish jerk. I look at my feet and feel a knot in my stomach. I didn't mean to make her cry, but she has to know how I feel. Before it's too late. The headache isn't helping my situation as it begins to make it hard to focus. I guess what I'm trying to say is... I'm sorry, Sayori. For everything. She wipes her eyes with her sleeve and doesn't look in my direction for a while. I manage to hold back my tears, but just barely. My entire body feels stiff, and I can feel my heart beating in my ears. Devin, you don't have to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. I was sad when we stopped spending time together, but to hear you say that you care so much, it makes me really... happy. I can tell that was hard for her to say, but it sounded genuine. I'm glad, Sayori. And I vow to never take you for granted ever again. If I do, I grant you full authority to beat me up for it. I smile at her to help ease the somber vibe. I appreciate the authority, but I didn't need it. Beating you up wouldn't be that hard. I feel relieved to see her cheering up like this. I would say it would put my mind at rest, but this headache is only getting worse. I honestly thought it would be harder to cheer her up after the way she acted Sunday morning. But maybe it hasn't gotten that bad yet. And it won't if I can help it. Ouch, I don't look that weak, do I? Well, when's the last time you lifted a weight, huh? When's the last time I saw a weight? I notice my face beginning to heat up as I watch her giggle. Gosh, I really do care about her. We continue walking down the path of the park, joking and laughing with each other until finally... And so, when I said, hey, that's pretty good, it makes sense that she would... I stop in my tracks and clutch at my head, feeling a sharp pain in my temples. Devin, are you alright? I'm fine. As I say this, I see a red drop fall to the ground below me. Ah! Your nose is bleeding! I put my index and middle finger up to my nose and see them smeared with blood as I pull them away. Oh crap. I'm just like Booker DeWitt, whatever that means. This is awesome! Oh wait, no, that might actually be a bad thing. Does that mean Sayori is Elizabeth? I hope she doesn't start throwing crap at me. This is what normal people think about when they get a nosebleed, right? Devin! Huh? Oh, sorry, Sayori. I'm fine. I was just zoning out. How do you zone out while your nose is bleeding? I guess like this. I proceed to stare at a tree with a blank expression on my face. Devin, this is serious. You should go to a hospital. Isn't that a bit of an overreaction? Some Tylenol and a few tissues should work just fine, you know? He still looks concerned, and I can't help but worry a little myself. A nosebleed or a headache would be fine on their own, but when they happen at the same time like this? Well, here, I don't have any medication, though. Sari pulls out some tissue paper from one of her pockets and hands it to me. I suddenly hope that she has... What does that mean? I suddenly hope that she has allergies. What do you mean by that? No, there's two choices in what he could have meant by that. One is a very pure concern reason, and the other is not. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you, nurse. This should be fine for now. I dab away the blood from my nose and face and throw the tissues away in a nearby trash can. The trash can has a Germ-X dispenser next to it that I then use to clean off my hands. What about your head? I'm still worried, you know? You shouldn't worry so much, Sayori. It'll give you wrinkles. I poke Sayori on the forehead with my middle and index fingers, the ones I didn't bleed on. I suddenly feel emotional as I remember Itachi? Whoever that is. Maybe next time, Sasuke. Oh, wait, hold on. Is that Naruto or something? I don't even know. Are you sure you're okay? You kind of look down. He deserves better. He sacrificed so much. What? Did I say that out loud? Oof. Sorry, I was just zoning out again. Gosh, I'm doing that a lot recently, aren't I? You know, after today, you might really be the zone-out queen. You mean king. Heh. Haha, very funny, Sayori. Ugh. I try not to wince from the pain, but she seems to notice anyway. Devin. Here, we're almost back in the entrance. I'll take some medicine and rest when I get home. Do you promise? I swear it. Good. You better. Hey, I already told you I hate to see you unhappy. So if me feeling well prevents that, then I'll be back 100% in no time. Guaranteed. I sure will sound reassured. The pain is actually pretty bad at this point. But Sarah appears to be a little more at ease. That pity laugh concerns me. I hope this doesn't cause her to worry more. After walking for a few more minutes, we finally reached the entrance to the park. Even though I've had fun spending time with her, I'm glad that I'll be home soon. The walk home is mostly in silence. It doesn't bother me though, as the more I talk, the worse I feel. By the time we make it close to Sayori's home, I can barely see straight. I have to power through though. I can't let her get more worried. Oh dang, is this what our vision looks like? That's crazy. I'm glad that we went to the park. I had a lot of fun spending time with you, Devin. Same here. Truth is, this is probably the most fun I've had in quite a while. I try to smile through the pain, but I'm not sure if I'm successful or not. And I'm serious about making up for lost time. I want every day to be this fun. Together, with you. I suddenly feel a wave of heat on my face. Sure, I always thought Sayori was cute, but what I'm feeling now? I would like that. You and me both. This time I can't help but smile, but I won't. Hold on, keep messing this up. This time I can't help but smile. I won't let the pain mess up this moment. Not now. Not when she needs me. I have to. As if insulted by my thought, my head suddenly feels like someone just hit it with a chair. Dang it! I feel my teeth clenching, my jaw tightening. Devin? Sorry, Sayori, but I should probably be getting home to rest. Even though there's nothing I want more than stay, to spend time with you. To be here for you. Yeah. You did promise me you'd get better. She clearly doesn't want this moment between us to end any more than I do. Don't worry, I intend to keep my word. The smile I'm putting on now probably looks more like a grimace. After saying our goodbyes and promising that I'd text her when I feel better, I start making my way home. I finally reach my house and try to unlock the door. It takes me a second due to my vision being blurred and unfocused, but I finally managed to get it open and rush inside. I head straight to the kitchen and throw open the medicine cabinet. I dump 2 pills out of one of the painkiller bottles and turn off the sink. Gulp. After swallowing them up with some tap water, I start stumbling towards the living room. So close. I go to lie down on the cat. Wow. Well, that happened. Is he actually like me? He ignored the prompt like it wasn't even there. There's no way he would have been able to say yes to my question. I made sure the only options were no. And then there's the fact that he couldn't see the other side this time. When I tried to see through him, I just saw him. No one else. Concerns begin to sprout up as I think about not being able to see the outside world. Okay, so we're in Monica's POV right now. What's happening? And why now? I failed to come up with any good explanation. He doesn't appear to know what we are. Yet he still seems troubled by his hanging comment, like he knows about Sayori. Plus his personality is totally different. He's more confident this time, and his interest in the girls seemed to have increased. If he really doesn't know about this being a game, how would he have changed? Perhaps his memory only goes up to that point in time, like he was reset before he learned about me. But how? That reset normally breaks the code and corrupts everything. What will happen to me? Hold on, let me try that again. Will what happens to me be the same, or does him being different affect me as well? My concern grows to fear as I think about what I become later. I feel disgusted when he first went off the script. But if he really is like me, perhaps we could... I feel my heart begin to beat faster as I think about it. Ugh. The pain in my temples spiked for a second, causing me to freeze up. Why won't this headache go away? I lay my arms and head on my desk. I wonder who he'll write his poem for. Will we even be able to do the poem minigame? I groggily open up my eyes and realize I'm on the floor next to the couch. That stuff must have knocked me out, because I ain't feeling the ground at all. Deja vu. That's a pretty fitting title given my current situation. I wonder if anyone would get that reference if they heard it. I'm glad that headache finally went away. I'm glad that headache finally went away, Mr. Ceiling. Judging by his lack of response, it appears Mr. Ceiling is already asleep. I slowly stand up using the couch as a crutch, Venom Snake style. Unlike Venom Snake, I make to my feet without falling over a dozen times. A few shakes of my head reassures me that the headache is totally gone. I pull out my phone and start sending a text to Sayori. Back and better than ever. Almost immediately after I hit send, I get a response. Good, it didn't want to have to beat you up, lol. I can't help but smile as I read her message, though I do wonder. Did she respond so quickly because she was concerned about me? Well, duh. It's nice to have someone worry about you, but I don't want to add anything more to her plate. I shake off the thought as I begin to reply. I may have given you the authority, but I'm still pretty tough. You might wear yourself out trying to hurt me. We continue back and forth like this for a while, and since Sayori says she's about to go to sleep. Oh, I should probably remind her about the poem. I wonder what she'll write if she actually does it tonight. One more question real quick. Do you remember to write a poem? Yep, I wrote it back when I got home. I'm not that forgetful, Mimi. I'll take your word for it this time. I guess I'll stop keeping you awake for now. Good night, Sayori. Night! I breathe a sigh of relief as I receive the last message. If doing what I did today is the best way to keep her happy, I have nothing to worry about. And that with a crippling headache. There's no telling what I could do at full health. After taking a moment to feel confident in my abilities, I begin making my way towards my room. Now that the pain is gone, I can try to assess what has all happened today, and possibly what's been going on. Let's see. I guess the big question is, why would I go back to today? If all of what I saw really happened, it's likely I came back in time to prevent Sayori's suit. The word gets caught in my throat. I try to shake off the thought. After spending some time with her today, it's hard to believe that she would do something like that. Or maybe it just shows how little I know about her. Dang it, I can't think like that. What else is there? So far, everything I haven't directly affected has stayed the same as last Tuesday. I knew about the club, all the girls. Heck, I even knew the exact words of some of the conversations. But if this is to prevent that incident, why go back a week? I could have gone back to when Sayori and I first started becoming distant. Or to the night before the incident to make sure it didn't happen. Unless this is some kind of Groundhog Day scenario. But if that's the case, will saving her stop it from happening again? I suddenly wish I had seen the end of that movie. If Sayori is the goal, then that still leaves one question. Why? Is there someone out there looking out for her? And if so, why use me? For all I know, I'm the reason. A chill shoots down my spine at the thought. Can't think like that. There has to be more to this. What about the others? Natsuki seems to be having problems at home, and there's no telling with Yuri. I suppose I could try and find out if there's anything wrong with her, but what do I do about Natsuki? She locks up anytime her dad comes up, and I've never heard her mention her mom. How does someone like me settle a family dispute? I'm no therapist, and I'm sure as hell not a fighter, unless Natsuki gets her height from her father. I never noticed Monica having any problems, but I was pretty dense last time. Even if I had the eyes of a hawk, I don't think I would have had time to see if there's anything wrong with her. Most of the time we talked was in a group. Heck, I think our exchange at the end of the club meeting today was the most one-on-one time I've had with her. So what's on the agenda? I need to find out if there's anything wrong with Yuri. Something that isn't timidness or a lack of character. Lack of confidence, I mean. Lord knows I couldn't fix that. I need to learn how to resolve Natsuki's conflict with her father, which could actually be harder than turning Yuri into a social butterfly. How bad could it be anyways? If I'm lucky, it'll just be some teenage girl rebelling or something like that. But then I'd have to change Natsuki's entire personality. I'm just a high school student, not a miracle worker. Well, except for the time travel thing, possibly. Now I'm not even sure if I'm the one who did that. Dang, it was kind of the only thing I had going for me. And as the cherry on top, I also need to snoop into Monica's life to see if she has any life-threatening problems. Click. Oh crap! Life-threatening. What if all the girls have something like that? Something that can make them all end up like... That's ridiculous. What are the chances all four of them would be in that position? Low. I hope it's really, really low. If mental illness is a bird of a feather type thing, I don't think my heart could handle it. Spending time with just Sayori seems to have I hate it when it does that. Spending time with just Sayori seems to have helped. Maybe if I yawn. It's getting late. I should try and get some good sleep in for tomorrow. Even though I have come up with a grand total of 0 solutions. I think of how I should write something first, but I decide that I'll have plenty of time to do that at school. As I drift off, I can't help but think more about the poems. Maybe I could write one everyone likes. Hello? I'm guessing you're reading this, right? Listen, I want to explain some things real quick. Hello? Yo, whose voice is that? Yeah. Whoa. God? Is that you? It's me, Martha. Here. Have a dream or something. Good. Sorry about that. I didn't expect him to be able to hear me. To try and quickly sum things up, I'm the reason Devin can remember the events of Act 1. It may sound confusing, but I'm saving data that didn't get deleted when the game reset. That's not all, though. Before the reset, I gotta look at some of the game files. Which is how I came to know that this all is just a nightmarish visual novel. Seeing it did give me an idea of how some of this works, but I didn't get to look at much. Judging by how this part is labeled Act 1, I'm guessing the game progresses beyond. Well, beyond Sayori. I may have noticed Devin doesn't know he's in a game. And honestly, I'm not sure if I should tell him or not. It's kinda... a lot to digest, to say the least. Unless it becomes absolutely necessary, I'd rather him save Sayori on his own and pray that's the end of it. Oh, and I'm sorry if I ignored your input on the prompt earlier. I just wanted to see how Monica would respond. It seems like she might be in a similar situation as I am. And don't think you're not important. You really are. If it wasn't for you, time wouldn't pass at all. Unless you use auto and left, but what kind of monster would do that? Hopefully not you. Oh, and before I forget, that pain we felt today was totally new. I never experienced anything like that in my Act 1, but it might have been just a reaction from the information I channeled into him. Oh, I suppose I should tell you about that too. Basically, who was that though? Detroit Smash! I have my alarm clock with so much force that it explodes and shatters the nightstand under it into splinters. I wish. I actually just hurt my hand as I punched my alarm clock. Ah, you win this round, smug bastard. I climb out of my bed while shaking off the pain. I pick up my school uniform and head to the bathroom. Once I arrive, I lay down the clothes and turn on the shower. While getting undressed, I notice something in the mirror. I'm wearing a big dopey grin on my face. It seems my time with Sayori yesterday put me in a good mood. Today's going to be even better. Not just with Sayori, but with all the girls. For the moment, I forgot that I failed to come up with a single real solution last night. After I finish undressing and I'm in a natural state, I step into the shower. I don't practice Santeria, I ain't got no ball. If I had $1 million, well, I'd spend it all. My singing continues until I'm interrupted by what sounds like a bear fighting a moose. What the? Blah. This time I pinpoint the sound to be coming from my stomach. Dang, I forgot to eat dinner last night. Unless you count painkillers as dinner. But if that's the case, you've got bigger problems. I quickly finish my... But I can't speak. Hold on. Holy crap, I cannot speak. Um, I mean, I have been talking for like almost an hour. I have been talking for like an hour and 12 minutes, so like, of course my voice is going to be a little shot. I quickly finish up my shower and throw on my uniform so that I have time to eat a decent breakfast. I rush down the stairs and into the kitchen. Once I arrive, I begin rummaging through the cabinets and the fridge. Let's see. I managed to find half a carton of egg and a packet of biscuits. Man, I need to go shopping. But this ought to get her done. Settle down, okay? I'm working on it. As I go to turn on the oven, I remember something. I open the oven doors and take out the dirty pan. Pan, I just want you to know that there are no hard feelings. Oh, and also you're adopted and nobody loves you. I toss the unwanted metal love child into the sink and grab a bowl that I then filled with water. After using the water bowl to make sure the eggs are still fresh, I place the biscuits in the newly heated oven. Once everything is in order, I let the biscuits cook a while before I start scrambling. I would prefer to try and eat everything at the same time. As I'm about to start, I hear a knock at the door. Huh? Who could that be? My parents aren't supposed to be back for a few more days, and I don't think I've broken any laws. I set the eggs down on the counter and make my way to the door. Maybe he's still asleep. Sayori? I quickly unlock the door and open it. Hey, Devin! Sorry about showing up without telling you first. It's no problem at all, Sayori. In fact, I'm actually proud of you for waking up so early. Huh? He smiles at me like that is exactly what she wanted to hear. Ooh, what's that smell? Oh yeah, I have some biscuits in the oven and I was about to make scrambled eggs. That sounds really good. It does, doesn't it? It's a real shame that there's only enough for one person. Is that right? Sorry looks like with defeated eyes. It's fun to tease her like this, but I probably should cut her some slack. I'm only joking. There's plenty for the both of us if you want some. Yay! Her spirits are quickly lifted by the chance to get free food. You can be so adorable sometimes. We head into the kitchen and I resume my post as Eggman. All eggs will tremble before my fury. I think this to myself as I crack them into a skillet. So, what's got you so up and early this morning? I glance over at Sayori, who appears to be in trance. Huh? Oh, I guess I was just excited for today. Excited, huh? What for? Well, man, the skillet sure is making my face hot. I could ask you the same thing? Devin. You don't seem like the eggs and biscuits for breakfast type. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? She proceeds to point to the 3 boxes of Pop-Tarts sitting on the counter. Yeah, well, I guess you caught me. Truth is, I suddenly realized it might not be a good idea to tell her that I didn't eat dinner last night. I just had a lot of energy this morning, you know? Figured I'd try something new. It looks like we both have another thing in common, huh? Yeah, I suppose we do. Man, this skillet is really making my face hot. Hey Devin, are the eggs done yet? As I snap my attention back to the skillet, I realize that they've probably been done a good 30 seconds ago. Well, I'll be. That nose of yours doesn't miss much, does it? Sayori nods her head in agreement to my remark. I take the skillet off the eye? Who calls it an eye? I've never heard anybody call the stove an eye. I take the skillet off the eye and use an oven mitt to take out the biscuits. Once I've given everything a good one-over, I prepare a plate for both of us. Breakfast is served. I hand Sayori her plate and watch as she begins to chow down. She's like a vacuum. I take a seat across from her and begin my own chowing. This is really good, Devin. I didn't know you could cook. Oh, please, it's only scrambled eggs and biscuits. It's not like I'm a master chef or anything. Though when compared to her cooking, I might seem like one. As we continue eating breakfast, I come up with an idea. Hey, Sayori, what do you say we do this every morning? Huh? Do what? You know, eat breakfast together like this. You could come over before school and I could cook us something. Oh, well, that sounds nice, but I wouldn't want you to have to go through all that trouble just to make me food. Believe me, it's no trouble at all. Plus, it gives me a chance to learn how to cook more than just simple stuff like this. It'll be like our very own breakfast club. Even after witnessing my enthusiasm, Sayori still doesn't seem very convinced. I don't know. I'll feel bad for eating without doing anything. Don't say that you're not doing anything. I enjoy spending time with you. And in my eyes, that's payment enough. She still seems unsure, but I need this to work. Well, here goes nothing. Plus, it would be nice to spend the morning with someone while my parents are gone. Devin, I feel kind of scummy for doing that. Sayori knows I don't like to talk about my parents when they're out of town. Alright, well, only if you promise I'm not going to be a burden. I promise that you are not a burden for eating breakfast with me. Then I accept your invitation. In that case, I hereby declare you the vice president of the newly formed Devin and Sayori Breakfast Club. Heh. Watching her laugh like this. Man, the skillet sure is making my face. Oh, wait. The vice president of 2 clubs, huh? You're quite the productive lady. You know it. But you know that being the VP means you'll have to keep waking up early, right? No problem. After all, I wouldn't be very good at my job if I was always late. Especially since the president can be such a meanie. Hey! I allowed her to continue laughing at my expense. It's not like I'd ever want to stop her. Oh, Devin, we should probably get going soon, or we might be late. Oh, right. Come on, I'll clean up when I get home later. After making sure the oven is off, Sayori and I leave my house. Walking to school gives me time to think over my strategy. Now that we're going to be spending the mornings together, I'll be able to hang out with the other girls after the club. But what if Sayori wants to spend the afternoon together or find out that I'm spending time with someone else? Last time she saw me with one, My blood runs cold as I hear her scream in my head. Luckily, Sayori doesn't seem to notice my shudder. I'll just have to be more subtle about it. It's not like she's going to walk in on me Frenching one of them. Just to be safe, I should probably try to come up with an excuse for if she does see something that could be harmful. As happy as I am just hanging out with only her, I need to make sure the other girls are alright as well. But let's say I only have until Monday to solve any problems. I'll have to work fast in a way that doesn't come off as too sudden. I can spend the weekend helping all of them, but what if that's not enough? Sure, me and Natsuki almost kissed when we hung out, but that doesn't really fix anything. See you later, Devin! Looking forward to it, Sayori. I really do like this version of the MC. He's really got quite a personality, you know? And honestly, that just makes him a lot more likable as a character. The first half of the school passes in a blur as I continue to formulate a plan. There's 3 days left until the weekend, and 3 girls I need to learn about. Assuming I don't F anything up, that should work out perfectly. But these girls have only known me for a day. I'm basically a complete stranger to them. Spending time with them in the club might help, but I doubt any of them will confess their darkest secrets to me in a room surrounded by other people. Maybe I can find a non-abrasive way to hang out with them after the club meeting. Something that doesn't come off as too strong or weird. Let's say I think of a way to spend time with them. At that point, what would be the best order? Natsuki has her tough demeanor, Yuri is super reserved, and I don't know Monica that well, and she's totally out of my league. The answer, if you will, Mr. Devon? 42. Very good. Now, class. Maybe I could appeal to them somehow and get them to open up. Or at the very least, not have them see me as some strange new guy. I know what kinds of books Yuri and Natsuki like, but Monica is still a mystery. I guess I could use the club as a talking point with her, but then what? If nothing else, I can just save her for last. The extra time together in the club might help me come up with something. But that still leaves one question. Who do I try and spend time with today? I know Natsuki the best, but she's also the most hostile when it comes to new people. On the other hand, Yuri is super shy, but also opens up the most when it comes to something that she likes. I already know I can make something happen between me and Natsuki Sunday, so I guess I'll focus on Yuri for now. But how? I could try and set up some sort of reading date, without using the word date, of course. Maybe something like, ring ring ring. The lunch bell snaps me out of my deep thinking. Oh crap, it's lunch already? A few other students look at me as I blurt this out. Luckily, they're more focused on getting food than they are on me. I stay seated until everyone else makes their way out of the class. Good fortune smiles on me as the teacher also leaves without checking to see if anyone got left behind. Lunchtime. That means I only have 3 periods left before the club meeting. I haven't even written a poem yet. Alright then. I clap my hands together and pull out a fresh sheet of paper. 10 minutes pass and I have yet to come up with anything. Dang it, I don't remember it being this hard. Come to think of it, I don't recall writing poems at all last week. Strange. I know I wrote them, I went around and showed them to everyone. But what did they even say? Another 5 minutes pass as I try to think back to the poems I wrote for Natsuki. Only 30 minutes left. There's no way I'll be able to write something that all the girls love. The writing styles are all so different. Damn you, individuality. How in the hell will I write 4 poems when I can't even write one? I suppose I don't have to write one specifically for Sayori since she'll like anything that I write. But when it comes to her, I'd rather be safe than sorry. If I'm going to try and spend time with Yuri today, hers should take precedence. There's only 25 minutes left at lunch, and it'll be hard to write during class with all the distractions. Come on, think! I close my eyes and rack my brain for any ideas. After a few minutes, I begin to feel my hand move as my mind becomes more clear. Almost like I'm not even the one writing. I hear the words I'm thinking so clearly as my hand continues along the paper. The ambient darkness, my destiny slowly eroding. After finishing the end, I open my eyes and look at the sheet of paper. What the hell? I assumed my poem would be dog crap since my eyes were closed. Hers to write for, so I should go ahead and get hers out of the way. I pull out another sheet of paper and resume my position. Pencil to paper, both eyes closed, mining the recesses of my brain. Dang it, I can't think of anything. It came so naturally for Yuri's, maybe I should switch gears. I'm already doing a good job of getting close to Sayori, so I should do Natsuki's next. Come on, just do what I did last time. I take a deep breath and focus once again. After a short while, I once again hear the words and feel my hand moving on the paper. It's strange, but I don't lose my focus. After writing for a minute, I open my eyes and look at my work. It's the same as before? My poem for Natsuki came out cute, but that's not what bothers me. The handwriting is just as good as the poem I wrote for Yuri. I thought the first time was just a miracle or something, but this... I began to worry a little about how good it looks. I don't get it. I've never written anything with my eyes closed before. There's no way my writing should look anywhere near this good. I feel a light pain behind my eyes as I finish saying this. Don't tell me I'm getting another migraine. My worries are eased when I feel the pain begin to fade after a short while. Thank goodness, there's no way I could have handled... Ring ring. Crap, I was hoping to get them all done before lunch today. I pack up my things while trying to think of poem ideas. 3 periods should be plenty of time to write 2 more. And like that, I was right. Almost. I was able to write Sayori's poem using the same method as before, except this time my handwriting was quite terrible. I struggled to read it as I copied it down onto a clean sheet of paper. I guess the first 2 times were just miracles. Once I finished hers, however, my mind grinded to a halt. I sat through 2 periods with my eyes closed and my pencil on the page, being careful to hide my face. Luckily, I sit in the back of all my classes, allowing me to avoid any unwanted attention. 2 whole periods, and aside from Sayori's, I got zilch, 0, nothing, no nada. Like your fa effing your ma da, or whatever that means. I don't know what that is. Dang, now's not the time to get distracted. I sit staring at the clock during my last period class. The teacher is just as ready to go home as the students, so the class is pretty lax. 30 minutes left. Come on, think. There's gotta be something I can write. Freeform, abstract, anything. 25 minutes left. Maybe I can try to appeal to her interests. Let's see, what kind of things does she like? There's sports, literature, maybe debating, playing piano. Dang, she actually does have a lot of hobbies. My confidence falters briefly as I come to terms with just how much better Monica is than me. 20 minutes left. I can just try to write something in a way that compliments her specifically. Talk about the beauty of emerald eyes or the power of passion. Nah, that's stupid. She'd see right through it. 15 minutes left. Crap. I do the other 3 with almost no problem, so why the heck is this one stumping me? Sure, Monica is the one I know the least about, but how will I ever change that if I can't even manage to write a darn poem? After yesterday, it's hard to tell if my goofy banter or stupid charm was actually working on her. 10 minutes left. Maybe she actually really likes my personality and she was just too scared to say anything. I could win her over that way and not even worry about some silly poem. Or maybe she hates the way I act and this poem is my only chance in hell to get closer to her. Dang it! 5 minutes left. Oh. Huh? What the crap? Dang, the clock in here must be slow. While everyone else is packing up, I choose to panic instead. Calm down, we don't share poems until the end of the club, so I still have time to write one. But I'm also supposed to spend time with the girls. What a drag. After making my way to the clubroom door, I brace myself. Everything will be fine. I've got this. However, what greets me at the door immediately fills me with dread. Hi again, Devin. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Come on, you didn't think I'd bail on you already, did you? No, of course not. I'm just really glad that you came back. You? Why'd she say it like that? Well, of course, you can count on me. I smile at Monica as I say this, which appears to make her blush a little. Yeah. Well, I have to go finish up some paperwork. But we should talk more when you get the chance. As she walks off, I think about what she just said. She wants to talk more? Maybe I've been worrying myself with this poem for nothing. But still, what if she sees I have a poem written for everyone except her? Heck, what if any of the girls notice I've written 3 of them? Surely she won't think I'm trying to put the moves on whatever girl's poem I show her, right? Yuri comes around just in time to interrupt my panicked thoughts. Thanks for keeping your promise, Devin. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into a club where you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Maka interrupts this last time, but she seems preoccupied. It's no problem, Yuri. In fact, I was actually looking forward to coming here. Sorta. And believe me, Natsuki, I'm not slacking off. I've heard legends about those punches of yours. Heh. Good. It would only take one, you know. Ah, is that so? Sounds like you're a real Saitama in the making, huh? Has the eagle landed? So I make him look like a chump. Ground control, the eagle has landed. I repeat, the eagle has landed. I suddenly hear Sayori walking up behind me. Don't worry, guys. Devin has always given it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Well, I've always been fond of I've always been fond of excavating, so Sayori's room is good practice. And I do prefer my pancakes to not be on fire. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? Well, in that case, you're in luck. It just so happens that I intend to make friends with everyone here. If that's okay with you, of course. Yuri looks like I just asked her to perform a lobotomy on herself. Lobotomy? That's it! Surely she's read... Of course. I think it's important that we all try to get along. I guess we'll see if that holds up when she sees Natsuki's poem. Oh, you're even... I gently elbowed Sayori in the arm. Hey, what is that for? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I lean in and pretend to inspect the arm I nudged. You know, she's shy. Try not to put her on the spot. Oh, right. Once I finish my examination, I return my attention to Yuri. Are you alright, Sayori? Uh-huh. Devin is just clumsy. He can't help it. Me, the clumsy one? Ha! On what planet? Our laughter is soon interrupted by Monika's voice. Hey, Sayori, could you come help me with this? Yes, ma'am, Miss President. Once the two of them walk off, it's just me and Yuri left. I guess Natsuki went to the closet earlier. Devin? Yeah, Yuri? I know that you said that you read a lot, and so I was wondering if you ever came across this. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. It's a short read and should keep your attention if you're interested in the genre. And we could, discuss it if you want. I forgot just how cute Yuri can be. Seeing her like this fills me with determination. That determination is short-lived, however, once I read the title of the book. The Bed of Chaos. What a bullcrap boss. Her expression quickly turns to concern as she notices my face. Do you not like this one? Huh? Oh, it's not that I don't like it. I was just... think of a good excuse. I was just trying to remember if I read it or not. But after looking at it, I don't suppose I have. I see. Oh, and thanks, Yuri. I'll definitely read this. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled in, it's time for me to get to work. I could talk to Natsuki, who's rummaging around the closet, or Yuri, who is nose deep in a book already. And finally, there's Maka and Sayori, who are in the corner, likely discussing festival plans. Let's see, there's about 55 minutes left of club time, the last 15 of which will be for poem sharing. So I have roughly 40 minutes to try and spend time with each girl. That comes out to 10 minutes each, unless I spend time with Maka and Sayori together. 4 divided by 3 is like 14-ish, so 14 minutes max per girl. I can do this. Yuri is today's lucky contestant, so I'll talk to her first. I need to talk to Yuri some more, but I'm not sure how to go about it. At the moment, she seems pretty invested into her book. I wonder what she's reading. I peer over at her to try and make out the title. It looks like the Os? I quickly realize it's the same book that she gave me earlier. Why does she have 2 copies? Did she buy one just for me? Oh crap. There's no way she didn't see me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper into her book. Sorry. I was just trying to see what book you were reading. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably would have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Uh-huh. I wanted to go through some of it again. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. Yep, she definitely bought one just for me. I decided to let it go since she already seems pretty embarrassed. I'm interested in reading it for sure, but I was wondering what's it about. Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. As she skims it, I begin to feel uneasy. The cover of the book seems different this time. Portrait at... Whoa. Is something wrong, Devin? Oh, what the heck was that? No, I thought I just, heard something. I see. Would you still like to know what the book is about? Why, of course, especially if you're the one telling me. Is that so? Well then, I'll do my best. Yuri clears her throat and begins her synopsis. The book seems to be a spin-off of the Prometheus legend. Several witches attempt to recreate the fire of life, but get transformed into horrible creatures instead. And the fire they do create begins to spawn demons instead of people. The book follows a brave warrior who makes his way to destroy the demons while engaging in jolly cooperation. I'll admit that the plot does sound pretty interesting, and it would definitely seem like the type of book that she'd be into. Well, Yuri, you've sold me. I'm going to start it right now. But it would be hard to get close to her while reading. You don't have to. Huh? Yeah, I guess you're right. Reading it alone would be kind of dull. Yuri looks away with defeated eyes. I just proceed to smile at her. That's why, if you don't mind, I'd like to read it with you. What? She's obviously shocked by my request. I'm just saying, I've never read in company before, and you seem like a good reading buddy. Reading buddy? Yeah, you know, an analyzing ally, a construing companion, a perception pal, heck, maybe even a scanning sidekick. Huh. Yuri giggles at my linguistic gymnastics. Very well. If it's alright with you, I'd be happy to be your comprehending comrade. Ha ha ha! Laughing. She can't help but join in on my laughter. I never would have guessed she would have liked a joke like that, but then again, I guess I don't know her that well. But I'm making progress. Once we finish laughing, I retrieve a copy of the book and pull a desk up next to Yuri's. So, comrade, shall we use 2 books or 1? Please say 1. Either is fine, but I suppose just 1 will work. That way we'll be in the same place. She timidly closes her own coffee as I slide mine to be more in between us. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is away, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Oh, I guess that kind of makes it difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left book of the book and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I did the same with my right arm on the right side of the page. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it into her thumb after flipping it to the side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. I must stay focused. She's so close I can feel the warmth of her face. No, the book is what matters right now. Just read the book. She smells like lavender, and this light makes her practically glow. Ah! I turn the page as I finish reading it. The way the pages flutter to the other side, the way she catches it with her thumb, it's almost intimate. I continue to try and hone in my new focus for a few pages until I can't stand it anymore. I need a way to ask her, but how? You're polite, but also reserved and introverted. I have an idea of what I want to do, but how do I bring it up? Maybe I could... Oh, no, I'm getting the yawnies. Hey, Devin. This might be an odd question, but why did you decide to read with me? Huh? What do you mean? Well, it's just that you're not really how Sayori described you. She made it sound like you were more reserved and that you hadn't talked to people much recently. So I was wondering why you act so bold around us. Sorry if it's too personal, you don't have to answer. This is it, the perfect segue. Please let this work. Well, Yuri, I lean back in my chair and cross my fingers over my stomach. It's my intention to become the bull goose loony of this here literature club. If she doesn't get this reference, I'm done for. But in order to become the bull goose loony, I've gotta have respect, see? And the way I see it, I can't earn respect until I act a little bold here or there. More than that, though, respect is earned through showing interest in what others are passionate about. So how will I ever be bull goose loony if I'm not interested in you? Dang, that ending might have sounded too flirty. Or maybe not. Well, you might have trouble obtaining that position, I'm afraid. Oh yeah? And why's that? You should know that I'm currently the presiding bull goose loony at the literature club. She got the reference, thank goodness. Is that right? Well, I hope you know that I'm so crazy that I voted for Eisenhower. I'll have you know that I voted for Eisenhower twice. Well, I'm so gosh darn crazy that I voted for Eisenhower twice and plan to vote for him again this fall. Well then, I suppose you truly are the crazy one here. So I hereby grant you my title of Bull Goose Loony. There's a brief silence after she says this. Me and Yuri laughed together for a while. We even managed to get a glance from one of the other girls. After settling down, we began to discuss the book we just got done acting out. It turns out that Yuri had read it for the first time not too long ago. Then again, I guess I haven't read it until yesterday. As I watch her confidence grow as she discusses the book, I finally work up the nerve to ask her. So, did you ever see the movie that they made of it? I don't believe so. After reading it, I was doing some research and I saw where it had a film adaptation. But I suppose I never got around to watching it. I see. I'm usually not a big fan of book-to-movie adaptations, but this one did a pretty good job. Well, perhaps I'll get around to watching it sometime. Like you, I prefer books over movies, but I trust your advice. Thanks, Yuri. That means a lot coming from you. Oh, it's nothing really. I'm pretty sure I have a copy of the movie at my house somewhere. And in fact, now that we've talked about it so much, I kind of want to watch it. Hey, I've got an idea. Ask politely, don't make it sound intimidating, don't screw this up. If you're not doing anything after the club meeting, maybe you could come over and watch it with me? What? Oh, sorry, I didn't make it sound like that. I guess I was just excited about showing it to you. Yuri takes a minute to gather her thoughts. I should probably say something or... I would love to. Huh? Oh, crap. Quick, dang it, say something. Great. I'm glad to hear that. Do you have any particular time that you wanted to come over, or... I suppose right after the club meeting would be fine. Though I would need to go home for some change and put away my things. That's fine, I'd probably need time to find the movie anyway, so there's no rush. I'll just text you my Oh, I guess I don't have your number. I feel so cheesy. Oh, here. She fumbles around her bag for a while before finally pulling out her phone. It's got a plain purple case on it. Should have guessed. We exchange numbers and enter our numbers and contact information. I enter my contact name as BG Looney and hers, which is met with a light giggle. After getting my phone back with the new contact Yuri, I hear a familiar voice. Okay, everyone. I think... What the freak? I glance at the time on my phone and notice that about 45 minutes have passed. Crap. Did I really just spend 45 minutes with Yuri? Dang it, what about Sayori, Natsuki, and Monica? Guess I'll just have to try and spend more time with them tomorrow. I stand up and move the desk I was sitting at back to where it was originally. Don't tell me you forgot to write a poem yesterday, Devin. Huh? Of course I did. Well, I guess you technically didn't write one yesterday. Are expectations for me really that low? Huh? No, it's just... Anyway, I'm glad to hear that you're making an effort for the club. Yes, ma'am, 100%. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf paper torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can once again see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. It looks familiar and not in the way that it should. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. As they pull out the folder that contain my poems, I realize something. My handwriting looks almost exactly like Monica's, or at least the good handwriting does. Which at this point is all of them, since I tried to copy my good handwriting while rewriting the poem that looked like garbage. I hope she doesn't think I'm trying to copy her or something. That's so weird. I shake off the thought and prepare myself. Now then. Whom should I show my poem to? Well, let's see, we just got done talking to Yuri, and it would make sense to go to her immediately. So let's go with Yuri first. Hey Yuri. Hello again, Devin. I take it that you wish to exchange poems? Yep, clever as always, I see. As Yuri tries to repress her blush, I pull the poem out of my folder carefully so she doesn't see inside it. So, who should share first? As I ask this, I can't help but feel a little nervous. She's probably the most critical when it comes to this stuff. Well, I suppose I could share mine first if you are nervous. Am I really that bad at hiding my feelings? I understand since you might not have that much experience writing poetry. Perhaps reading mine will make you feel more comfortable. This girl, she really is something else. Thanks, Yuri. This means a lot to me. It's the least I can do. You are the Bull Goose Leanie, after all. I don't even know what that means. I really have no clue what that means. That cute laugh. Gosh, I hope she likes my poem. Oh, and sorry about my bad handwriting. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening glow green heat of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. It's the same poem as last time. Though I guess that makes sense since there's no reason for it to not be. In fact, I'm glad it is. It'll be easier to discuss this way. If you're having trouble reading it, I can tell you what it says. If you want. Huh? Oh, don't worry, Yuri. I didn't have any trouble reading it. I guess I was just awestruck, you know? Awestruck? Yeah, I mean, this poem is so good, how could it not be? The way you managed to capture the feeling of clinging on to that last place of comfort, the inability to let go of the past and how it will lead to being left behind with nothing. It's amazing. Yuri's face is so red at this point that I'm afraid it might catch her hair on fire. It's nothing, really. It's not as good as you say it is. Now, do I look like the type of person to lie about things like this? No! Dang, wasn't expecting that. Sorry, I didn't mean to raise my voice. Even though she basically just shouted at me, she's still so precious. Don't worry about it, Yuri. I was only joking. I know you don't think I'm insincere. I flash her a smile to try and reassure her. I did mean what I said about your poem, though. You should be proud of it. I suppose. And even though I'm sure it pales in comparison to yours, you can read mine now. If you want to, that is. Of course. It just slipped my mind. Sorry. Apology accepted. I smile as I hand her my poem. Endless night. The ambient darkness holds my breath. My destiny slowly eroding around me. I dare not fret, though, for this world is a world of my choosing. This cage known as eternity frees no captives. A place where pleasure is a sensation that is long since forgotten. What is the purpose of dreaming in a world where inferno is the only judgment? Perhaps this place does hold that which I seek, but why pursue something that can never really be obtained? About 2 minutes have passed and Yuri has yet to say anything. Maybe she doesn't like it and just doesn't know how to tell me. After about 30 more seconds, I finally decided to break the silence. So... Devin! Yuri snaps to life as though she just came out of a trance. This poem, it's not that bad, is it? No! Sorry, I meant... I give her some time to recollect herself. She finally lets out a deep breath and begins to speak. Devin, I'm not sure how else to say this, but this poem... Crap, here it comes. It's exceptional. Woohoo! 4-1 for Devin. The way you managed to portray the feeling of helplessness, of never being able to acquire what you desire. Yuri puts the sheet of paper up to cover her face. It was really good. The way she says that sounds almost provocative. I suddenly feel heat on my face, which I try to hide by looking at my feet. Thanks, Yuri. Hearing that you like my poem makes me feel a lot better about writing poetry. You're welcome. Oh, and one question, if I may. Sure, ask away. Well, it's just, there seems to be a lot of emotion here. I was just wondering what the inspiration was. If you want to tell me, that is. Oh, well, the inspiration. I don't really know. Sure, I read over it a couple of times, but I just thought it was something that you would like. Is there really a lot of emotion behind it? I suppose I'm still trying to piece that one together. I see. And thank you for sharing, Devin. I certainly look forward to seeing what you have for tomorrow. Same here. Whom should I show my poem to? I love the whole whomst. It really gives him even more character. Oh gosh, it's been almost 2 hours, and my throat is starting to kill me. Let's see. Natsuki is the only person we haven't really spent any time with at all, so we're going to go with Natsuki next. What's up, Natsuki? You again? I'm happy to see you too. She seems more hostile than usual. Is it because I spent time with Yuri? Guess that means it's time to be a kiss butt. Listen, I know that you're the poem writing expert and all, but maybe you could pull some punches just this once? Heh, no chance. I don't think that buttering me up will make me go easy on you. Very well, I suppose I'm at your mercy. I bow my head as I pull the poem out of my folder. Here, I'm willing to endure your punishment. The path. A skip in my path. A skip in my step marks a new day, where not even the clouds appear to be gray. But as I jump along, continuing my path, I can't help but wonder where it is that I'm going. My eyes are clear and the air is pure, so why can't I see what lies ahead? It could be candy and games, strawberries and sweets. If only I could see that which I chase. But instead of stopping my trip, I continue for a while, and even though I feel sadness brewing, I can't help but smile. I watch as she reads my poem. She seems to be acting the same way she did when I showed her my poem last week. Maybe that means she really likes it. Devin! Or maybe not. Yes, Natsuki? How did you write this? What? Well, it's clear there's a message in this poem, but why did you use these words? I take it that means that you didn't like it? It's not that, it's just... I'm confused as to why you would choose to use words like these. Oh, well, that's an easy one. My time with Natsuki last week granted me some confidence in talking to her. Huh? Remember when I told you yesterday that I think that simple writing that expresses a strong idea is impressive? Well, I had a hunch you might write that way too, so I tried my hand at it to see if I was any good. So I guess the reason I used words like that was because I had you in mind. Yeah, gross! I meant your poems. Don't go and start making things weird. Yeah, you're the one making things weird. Well, that is to be expected of a weirdo. I believe that is what you called me. Heh, looks like I was a pretty good judge of character after all. Haha, don't go flattering yourself before I've even read what you wrote. Like that'll change anything. It is the best one here. She seems to have more confidence in her writing this time. I hope it's not because she thought mine was bad. I reckon I'll be the judge of that. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop being like this. I can see why she questioned my word choice. I've forgotten how simple and to the point her writing is. Maybe I can simplify my next one more. So, pretty amazing, huh? As much as I'd hate to inflate your ego, I'll admit it is pretty good. Only pretty good? Do you completely miss the symbolism or something? Well, let's see. I proceed to push my imaginary glasses up on my face and begin speaking in my most Sherlock Holmesy voice. It appears that this poem represents a feeling of discouragement after seeing the actions of others. The feeling of giving up, if you will. There's also appears to be a setup for a rhyme that, if my guess is correct, falls flat on purpose, likely to snap the reader out of the poem. All in all, it's quite an impressive work. That concludes my analysis. Wow! You really are a weirdo. Just can't win, can I? Nope. I let out a sigh and pick up my poem. Hey, Natsuki? You never actually told me if you liked my poem or not. Huh? Oh. Yeah, it's not bad. Well, let me guess, it's not as good as yours. Well, what did you expect? I am the master after all. Then perhaps one day, I bow down in front of Natsuki, which only puts me at about eye level with her. I can be as good as you, Sensei. Well, you have potential, but it'll take a lot of work to be this good. Thank you, Sensei. Your faith means a lot to me. It always makes me happy to see her let her guard down like this. Don't worry, Natsuki. I'll figure something out. I promise. I put my poem back in the folder and I'm on to the next. Okay, Sayori. Whom should I show my poem to? Howdy, Sayori. Hey, Devin. Do you remember to write a poem? Why, of course. I wouldn't want to embarrass the vice president in front of her club. So does that mean I get to read it now? I certainly don't see why not. I feel uneasiness creep in as I pull a paper out of my folder. This poem came out a little dark. Who knows? I mean, I know she said she liked some bittersweet, but this one is a bit much. Plus, it's obvious even to me that it kind of describes her. Maybe she won't... Devin? It's alright if you're nervous. After all, it can't be any worse than the first poem that I wrote. I guess I don't have much of a choice. Thanks for the words of encouragement, Sayori. And here's my poem. Repair. A single rose in a bed of flowers. Endless bliss that feels like a daydream. Another day for another adventure. But what is love without misfortune? I see the darkness behind the cheer. A rainbow that shines across the tears. A wonderful smile that hides the pain. An empty joy that begins to wane. But all that is broken can be fixed again. And the precious memories can never be taken. She's had plenty of time to read my poem over at this point. As the silence continues, my brain decides to F with me. What if she doesn't like it? What if she thinks it's about her? Would it be sad knowing that she feels that way? Or mad that I used the word broken? Dang it, why did I use Devin? She can probably see the worry on my face. Yes, Sayori? This poem, well, it's really good. Seems to pause for a moment. But it's just, what made you decide to write a poem like that? Huh? Dang, she knows something is up. What do you mean? Well, I was just expecting something cheesy or simple, maybe. Like roses are red, violets are blue. But this poem... She looks down and skims over my poem once more. It's really deep. So I was just wondering what made you come up with something like this. Seeing Sayori being serious is actually making me pretty nervous. Well... Come on, think. Say something that will put her at ease. The truth is, the poem was inspired by you. Huh? Dang, that was a horrible way to start. Well, yeah, I guess it's more accurate to say it was inspired by my time with you. Those feelings in the poem are mine, you know? I didn't notice that's how I felt recently. Not until I spent time with you yesterday. It made me realize I haven't been truly happy like that in a long time. I have to struggle to keep my voice from breaking. I suppose this poem is about how I want to repair the relationship between us so that we can both be happy more. I'm sorry if you don't like it. There's a moment of silence between us as we both try to compose ourselves. I'm... Sorry suddenly lunges forward and wraps her arms around me. Huh? I glance around the room to see if anyone's looking, but no one seems to notice. I'm really glad that you showed me your poem, Devin. I feel the same way. Once she releases her embrace, I can see that she's cried on me a little. But I can tell from the smile on her face that she wasn't crying out of sadness. Thank you, Sayori. I'm also really glad that I showed you the poem. And I meant what I said, even though that wasn't what the poem was about. Or maybe it was. I brush out the thought as I continue. And don't think I've forgotten about reading yours. Oh! She picks up her poem and looks it over. It's not as good as yours, though. If you're the one who wrote it, then I'm sure it's fantastic. Sayori nervously hands me her poem. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed makes me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I don't get it. It's the same as the one she wrote last time. She told me that she wrote when she got home yesterday, and she wouldn't lie about something like that. Unless... I trust you too, kissing my forehead? My heart stops as I reread the last line. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. Sleep forever? Do you like it? Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe it really is just about a sunrise and... Hello? It's Devin! Huh? Oh, sorry, Sayori. I was just really into your poem, you know? It's okay if you don't like it. What? No, of course I like it. The way you painted such a vivid image of a beautiful sunny morning? It's very Sayori-ish. Heh. Hope that's all it is a painting of a sunny morning. I hand Sayori her poem back and begin putting mine back in the folder. Hey Devin, about that poem you wrote, I was wondering if I could... Of course you can have it, silly. Heh. Oh, what about the others? I have some drafts that I can show them. Don't worry about it. Thanks. And I'm going to write the best poem ever for tomorrow, so you better be ready. I look forward to it, my lady. Well, I guess that just leaves Monica. Alrighty. I've been dreading this moment. Which one should I show her? I open up my folder and thumb through the poems. So I let Sayori keep hers, I only have Yuri's and Natsuki's. Yuri seems to like hers a lot, but it's hard to tell with Natsuki. Let's see, how should I do this? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My highly sophisticated selection process lands me with Yuri's poem. I hope she doesn't think I want Yuri or something. Not that I don't want Yuri. Hi, Devin! Having a good time so far? Yeah, I can't say I'm not enjoying myself. Good, glad to hear it. Oh, and remember that if you have any suggestion for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Wait a minute, should she just remember? And with that out of the way, you can show me your poem now. Dang, she's going a mile a minute. Maybe she just really wants to read what I wrote. Sure thing, Monica. Here you go. I feel my anxiety build up as she reads my poem. I can't tell if she likes it or not. What do I do if she doesn't? I'm still not sure how to go about writing for her. Hopefully this is a good enough start. Devin? The serious expression on Monica's face doesn't help much in easing my worry. Yes, Monica? Well, I'm having a bit of trouble with this poem. Could you tell me about this feeling it's trying to convey? Well, having trouble? There's no way she wasn't able to see the message. Now, what was it that Yuri said? It's about the feeling of being trapped, of never being able to get what you desire. I see. And would you mind telling me about the inspiration behind it? Inspiration? The heck? How'd this turn into an interrogation of all of a sudden? Well, you see... Yep, I totally understand. What? I didn't even say anything. And I really like your poem, Devin. It's nice to read something that isn't just a bunch of jumbled words. Jumbled words? Is she talking about the other girl's poems? Does she not like them? Surely she doesn't think... Anyway, here's mine. I hope you like it. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas are already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't that bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized I thought I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. As you read Monica's writing, I become increasingly lightheaded. Ugh. Why do I feel like this? It's just a poem. Why am I dizzy all of a sudden? A hole, looking out the other side. So, what do you think? I thought it was a lot like mine. Whoa. Do you feel trapped, Monica? What did you see on the other side? I thought it was really good. Are you alright? What? What is going on with her? Is everything okay? You look kind of pale. Yeah, I was just spacing out a little. If that's the way I look when I space out, it's no wonder Sayori gets so concerned. It's like she saw a ghost. Thanks for sharing. I can't wait to see what you come up with tomorrow. Sure Before I can finish speaking, Monica turns around and walks off. What the actual heck is happening? She even left her poem. I pick up the paper she left behind and place it in the folder with mine. I thought that after our talks today and yesterday, things would be good between us. But maybe she does secretly hate me. Dang it. I guess it's everyone. I glance around the room. Everything went fine with Sayori, Yuri, and Natsuki. How's the live going? Going good. Sorry, I was just checking live. But that exchange with Monica couldn't have been more bizarre. I let out another sigh. 3 out of 4 isn't bad, but it's not great either. Is it even possible to get close to Monica by Monday? Heck, is Monday even the deadline, or are the other girls on a different schedule? Thinking of this whole thing as a schedule makes me hate myself a little. If I could just focus on each girl for longer, it would make things so much easier. For now, I'll just concentrate on getting Yuri to open up. Not open up in that way, though, if it comes to that. I facepalm to make the thoughts stop. While my face is buried in my hand, I hear something familiar. Oh, it's nothing. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. I normally wouldn't be bothered by their argument a second time since I have some ideas on how to resolve it. But if Yuri brings up my invitation to come over, it could ruin everything. I quickly try to think of a way to interrupt them before it gets to that point. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Heh. If I was looking for suggestions, I could have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Devin did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate your offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Devin liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Devin appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Ha! And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Because you're not the one he... Enough! Both girls freeze as they hear me. Listen. Natsuki, you're right that I did like your poem. I even mentioned yesterday that I find writing like that can send a message using simple language powerful... Blah, blah, blah. I need to read that again. I even mentioned yesterday that I find writing like that can send a powerful message using just the simple language. Ha! See, I'm not finished yet. Yuri, the way your poem paints such a vivid portrait while also driving deep into someone's mind is incredible. Both of you are such talented writers, which is why seeing you argue like this makes no sense to me. I like both of your poems because of how well they utilize their own styles. It's clear that you're both passionate, but Natsuki, try and remember a lot of Yuri's feelings went into her poem. Devin, the same goes for you too, Yuri. Natsuki put just as much of herself into her poem as you did to yours. I see. And I'm sorry I didn't pick a side, but honestly I don't think I could have between such great works. I glance to the side and see Sayori smiling and nodding. Maka still seems to be shooken up about something, though. A minute of silence passes before anyone speaks up. I'm sorry, Natsuki. I just cut it out! Huh? You don't have to apologize. I was the one acting like a biatch. Natsuki is still clearly frustrated. I must have taken a lot for her to say that. I should have paid more attention to the message instead of just getting mad at the words. Natsuki, it's alright. I should have given your poem more of a chance as well. Well, yeah, my poem was pretty amazing, you know. I can't help but smile as I watch the two girls make up. And what are you looking at? Sorry. And with that, the mood is broken. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How do you all feel about sharing poems? I honestly didn't expect Monica to go through with this part. There's clearly something on her mind, but how could I ask about it? She seemed to tense up after I read her poem, but why? I told her it was really good, but maybe she expected something more after she read mine. Surely she isn't caught up in some insecurity or something. Devin, how about you? Huh? I thought it was enjoyable. Awesome. Why could she switch moods so quickly? Maybe she's bipolar. No, that's dumb. That wouldn't explain most of her behavior. So what could it be? I should just be happy that Yuri is coming over, but this Monica thing is going to bug me. Devin! Ready to walk home? Yeah, let's get going. Heh. Sayori's smile helps put my mind at ease. As we begin to leave the classroom, I wave goodbye to Yuri. She returns a wave as she tries to hide her newly reddened face. Sayori? About what happened earlier. Eh? What do you mean? Around the time that Yuri and Natsuki started to argue? Did you notice anything wrong with Monica? Huh? Monica? Yeah. She just seemed a little off there for a while. I was just wondering if maybe you saw anything. I don't think so. I was probably too busy paying attention to the argument. I see. Why? What makes you bring that up? I don't know. She just acted kind of strange after I read her poem. Well, maybe she was just nervous. Was she nervous around you? No. See, so why would she be about showing me? Maybe it's because you're a boy. What? Maybe she's got a crush on you. Sayori stops on the sidewalk to make kissy faces at me. Ha ha, very funny. She continues her teasing until we reach her house. So, Sayori, what are your plans for the evening? I've got a lot of homework assignments to catch up on. I sort of forgot to do them when they were due. But the teacher said she allowed me to make up for them if it got all done by tomorrow. Well, look at you putting in effort. For a moment there, I didn't even recognize you. Meanie. I'm only joking, Sayori. I'm actually very proud of you. Hearing that you're trying harder makes me happy. Thanks, Devin. If you ever need help with anything, I'm only a phone call away. Understood. It's kind of what I expected after you pledged your loyalty to me and all. Right, of course. Hehe. I hope that doesn't mean she intends to turn me into her work slave. Well, I guess I'll talk to you later. Sounds good, Sayori. I'll be seeing ya. As she turns to go inside, I begin making my way towards my house. Once I arrive, I'm using my keys to unlock the door in record time. Haha, no headaches today, biatch. I pull out my phone and text Yuri my address as I step inside. However, as soon as I hit send, every nerve in my body decides to suddenly explode. Yuri's coming over. I don't know whether to be excited or terrified. Guess I'll try both. Dang it, I can't waste time. As I sprint towards the stairs, I notice the kitchen. Crap, I didn't clean up this morning. I quickly grab the plate we ate on and dump the leftovers into the trash can. Sorry, hungry people, but it's for a girl. As I begin washing the dishes, I feel the disapproval of all the hungry people on Earth. Enough dumb crap, I need a plan. I still need to change, tidy the living room, maybe prepare a snack. Oh, and find the movie. After viciously washing and scrubbing and washing and drying the dishes, I dash up the stairs at Mach speed. Clothes, I need clothes! I try to rummage through my closet and strip out my uniform at the same time. Something nice and casual, let's see. Dang it, are all my clothes generic? All I can find in my closet are t-shirts that are various shades of gray. I would think Batman did my apparel shopping if I didn't know better. Okay, I'm going to go with a gray shirt, number 7, and blue jeans. This is sure to impress her. I sigh. Wait, do I want to impress her? I invite her over to make sure she's okay. So why do I feel so nervous? I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Right now, I need to find that movie. I make my way back towards the stairs once I make sure that I look decent. I walk over to the cabinet where my parents keep the movies. I notice a thick layer of dust on the inside of the one that I opened. I guess we don't really use DVDs anymore. I cross my fingers and pray that the DVD player still works. Let's see. One flew. Aha! One flew over the cockatoo's nest. I suddenly thankful my dad is into old films. That thankfulness quickly vaporizes as I pick up the case and feel that it's empty. Son of a biatch! In this instance, curse words cannot express the rage I'm feeling. I stand there fuming for a while until the dust reminds me of something. I guess I'll have to stream it. I'm sure Mom will be fine with me using the card she gave me to rent one movie. It's probably only a few dollars. Mom gave me a debit card to use whenever she and Dad go out of town, but she always tells me that it's for groceries and emergencies only. I know that she checks the statements religiously ever since that time with the hen. Oh no, bro, you didn't actually do that. I shudder a bit at the memory. It'll be fine. She'll probably just call me tomorrow about it, so I'll have plenty of time to come up with an excuse. I pull the card out of my wallet and use it to order the movie. I get a text from Yuri as I finish setting it up. I am on my way. The formality of her message brings a smile to my face. Sounds great. See you soon. My smile immediately fades as all my nerves decide to pull a Chernobyl for the second time. Oh, why am I so jittery? It's kind of embarrassing to think about, but I've never spent time alone with any other girl besides Sayori. It's fine, it's just a movie, it's not even a romantic one. There's no way anything will happen while watching a film about a psych ward. Well, what if she's into that? What if she wants something to happen? What if she wears something... My facepalm making the thought stop for the second time today. We're just going to watch a movie, discuss a book, and maybe eat a snack. That's it. During that time, I'll try to get her to know her better and see if she's got any demons I could exercise. But what if she doesn't like the movie? What if she never knocks. I say knocks. Why am I speaking like this? Yeah. The sudden knocking almost gives me a heart attack. Perhaps that's her. Don't make things awkward. It's just a movie. I exhibit a facade of calmness as I make my way to the front door. I take a deep breath as I begin to turn the handle. Hello, oh gosh, my voice. Hello, Devin. All words escape me in this situation. Ah, she looks good. Sorry, Yuri. I guess I'm not used to seeing you outside of school. You look nice, by the way. Thank you. May I come in? I immediately feel every cell in my body screaming at me. Of course. I mentally scold myself as I close the door behind her. Calm down, it's just Yuri. There's nothing to be afraid of. You have a beautiful home, Devin. Thanks. I'll admit that I did some tidying up before you came over. After all, I wouldn't want your first visit to be a disaster zone. I smile at her as I say this, but she seems hung up on something. First visit. Huh? Did you say something? Huh? No. I appreciate your consideration, but I could have helped you clean. I actually find it quite relaxing. Well, that's alright. If that's the case, if you feel like taking a spa day, you could pay a visit to Sayori's room. She lives near here, is that correct? Yeah, she lives in that house right there. I point through the window at Sayori's house. I see. I understand that you became such good friends after being near each other for so long. Yeah, we just started gravitating towards each other as kids. Eventually, our parents became friends too, and everything just took off from there. How nice. Speaking of your parents, are they here? I haven't seen anyone else since I come in. Nah, they're out of town on business right now. Yuri takes just a little too long to ponder this. Sorry if that makes you feel uncomfortable. I could invite Sayori over if you want. Don't worry, it's alright. Sayori tells us about how non-threatening you are. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. It's alright, Yuri, I was only joking. In fact, I like seeing you like this. Like that? Yeah, you know, smiling and joking around. You're really pretty when you smile. I suddenly feel all the blood in my body flowing through my face as I realize what I said. Thankfully, Yuri seems to be having the same problem. Thanks, Devin. Don't mention it. I was hoping my laugh would help diffuse the tension, but she still seems pretty stiff. Oh, and I was going to ask, will you like a snack or maybe something to drink before we start the movie? I'll take some tea, if you have it. Should have guessed. Coming right up. I will say, if I had to say that this mod has any flaws, I feel like it's not really sure, like... I don't know, like... The main problem I have, how do I say this? Who's the MC going for in this? You know? Because he seems to be getting romantic feelings for every single girl that he's interacted with thus far. Like Sayori, Yuri, I'm sure it's going to be the same thing for Natsuki and Monica. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of iffy because, like, if there's no choices in this game that really matter, that could get a little messy pretty quickly, so I guess we'll just kind of see how this rolls out. I head over to the kitchen and stand still to look around. I spot the tea set sitting behind the sink and make my way over to it. I grab the kettle and rinse it out before refilling it with water. As I'm doing this, I hear footsteps approaching me. Need a hand? Hand? She seems to have relaxed some, thank goodness. Sure. Can you turn on one of the stove eyes for me? I proceed to hear the knob on the stove click as she flips on one of the eyes. Once the kettle has been filled, I start to hand it to Yuri. Here, I was going to look for the tea packets. Alright. She takes the kettle and sits it next to the oven. I rummage through the cabinets until I come across some tea bags. Yuri has a look of surprise on her face as I hand them to her. Oolong? Huh? Oh yeah, my mom drinks them whenever she gets a headache. I see. I'm actually quite fond of oolong myself. I'm glad to hear it. I do try to be a good host after all. She giggles as I flash a dumb smile. She really is pretty when she smiles. If she keeps this up, I might not be able to handle it. Yuri places the tea bags into the kettle and places it on the eye. After a while, the tea kettle begins to whistle and she takes it off. Meanwhile, I'm entranced by her surprisingly elegant moves. I try to repress the hope that something does happen between us. I'm on a mission right now. I have to focus. My nerves settle as she begins pouring a cup of tea for me and herself. Oh, my foot kind of hurts right now. Be careful, it's still pretty hot. Thanks, Yuri. I blow on the tea a little and take a sip. Tastes pretty good, but my head feels kind of funny as I drink it. Soon after, I feel a light throbbing in my eyes. Dang it, what now? Is he okay? I glance up to her and notice the look of concern on her face. Yeah, the tea's really good. I just thought of something is all. I understand. Is everything alright? Yep, everything's good. And thanks for asking, Yuri. I appreciate it. It's fine, after all. That's what friends are for, right? Seeing her like this makes my heart beat faster. Yeah, and I'm lucky to have one as good as you. Do you? Do you mean that? Why, of course I do. I'm not the type of person to say something like that insincerely. I mean it, Yuri, honestly. Thank you, Devin. I'm glad to have you as a friend as well. Well, I certainly hope so. I am quite a catch after all. You're beginning to sound like Natsuki. Oh, I hope this isn't a sensitive subject after what happened today. As if she read my mind, Yuri continues. And don't worry about what happened today. We made up after the club ended. Sorry I behaved like that. I don't know what... It's fine. I don't think anything less of you either. It just goes to show that you're passionate about your writing. And I can't be mad about something like that. But I was... Listen, Yuri, remember what I said yesterday? You girls are like a family. And like a family, I expect you to disagree sometimes. It's okay because I know you still care about each other. She takes a moment to gather her thoughts. I hope my speech worked. I don't want her to feel guilty the entire time she's here. Thank you, Devin. I can't help but notice that the way she said it seems more... sincere? We stand there looking at each other for a while before I remember why I invited her over. I guess it would be a good idea to watch that movie at some point. Huh? Oh, I suppose it would be. I lead her to the living room, teacups in hand. I pick up the remote and take a seat on the couch against the wall. Yuri, unsure of what to do, takes a seat on the couch opposite of me. Ready? Uh-huh. With her approval, I begin the movie. After watching it for a while, I can't help but notice everything looks a little off. Not only that, but Yuri hasn't said a word since it started and has been sneaking glances at me. I need to do something. Once I've built up some nerve, I begin my song and dance routine. Man, this sunlight is cooking me alive. Huh? I stand up from my couch and walk over to the one Yuri is sitting over. Once there, I plop down right next to her. You don't mind if I sit here, do you? No. I mean, sorry, of course you can sit here. Thanks. I said this even though I was already sitting here when I asked. Yuri stays tense for a while, but as the movie continues, she loosens up some. She even points out differences between the movie and the book and laughs occasionally. She's got a sharp eye and you can't help but admire her. About halfway through the movie, I noticed that we scooted closer to each other. What should I do? Should I put my arm around her? No, that's too soon for that. She probably doesn't even realize that we're sitting this close. I blush a little as I hear her laughing at the movie. Why is my heart beating so fast? Why do my eyes feel like this? I can feel a throbbing sensation in the back of my eyes and realize that my vision has become warped. What the heck is going on? Does it have something to do with the migraine from yesterday? Is it like a side effect, or my thought progression grinds to a halt as I feel something warm against my shoulder. I look over and realize that Yuri has begun to lean against me. The heat coming off my face right now is probably melting an ice cap somewhere. Yuri? Huh? She turns her face towards mine. We're so close together that I can feel her breathing on my neck. Uh-oh. That's not good, children. Nobody watching this as a kid. I mean, nobody's watching it in general, but we don't care about that. This is what I was worried about. The problem with trying to individually spend time with a bunch of girls to, like, help them is this. This is the problem. Why do I feel dizzy all of a sudden? This moment, however, doesn't last. Sorry, I didn't realize. I didn't mean to. Yuri, I wasn't paying attention. It's easier leaning at some things since my back. Yuri, you probably hate me now. I'll leave if you want me to. Yuri! She freezes when she hears me raise my voice. Devin, it's alright, Yuri. You didn't do anything wrong. No, I should have asked. I didn't mean to invade your personal space. My head hurts as I see shame in her eyes. Listen to me. It's alright. You weren't invading my personal space. In fact, I'm glad you did what you did. It was nice. I can feel Antarctica falling apart as my face heats up even more. Nice? Well, yeah. It was comfortable, you know? I see. Several seconds passed without us making eye contact. Luckily, the TV saved the day as we both returned our attentions to it after a while. Dang it, I shouldn't have opened my big mouth. If things are awkward between us now, I'm going to beat my own butt. Yuri tries to stifle a laugh, but the job's already been done. Seeing her laugh relaxes all my nerves, and I can't help myself from doing the same. She looks at me confused for a second, but can't stop herself from joining in. We sit there laughing together for several seconds. I can't talk. I have no idea what's going on in the movie, but honestly, I don't think she does either. Once we both finish, we return our attention to the TV. Not 2 minutes go by before I once again find myself serving us a support for here. What the heck, if not now, then when? I rub my arm around her, who, to my surprise, responds by nudging deeper into my shoulder. Her hair smells nice. I smile as I think this, and have to repress a giggle. You know what? Screw my eyes. Screw the pain. If I drop dead right now, I'd die happy. I know it's selfish, but it's the truth. Whoa, everything's definitely getting a lot blurrier and darker. We continue to sit like this through the end of the movie. By this point, I'm practically colorblind and my eyes feel like they're in a toaster. But F it, you won't kill my mood. About halfway through the credits, I decide to ask, so what do you think of the movie? I withdraw my arm as Yuri begins to straighten up. I have to strain just to see her clearly. I enjoyed it. Perhaps not as much as the book, but I still thought it was a pretty good film. Well, I'm happy to hear that you liked it. And thank you for showing it to me. Don't mention that. In fact, I should be thanking you for watching it with me. Huh? Why's that? Well, you know, I enjoyed your company. She quickly looks away to hide the blush on her face. I can't blame her, though, because I do the same. I enjoyed your company as well. We both sit in silence for a moment as some of the tension dissipates. Would you still like to discuss the book? Oh, yeah. I actually brought my copy of it with me. Yuri opens her bag and begins searching through it. While she's searching, I notice the light reflect off something shiny. Probably just some lipstick. She looks up at me after digging through it for about a minute. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to put it in my bag before I left my house. Don't worry about it. I can go check out to see if I still have my copy. I stand up from the couch before she has time to object. I immediately regret my decision to stand up fast as I feel lightheaded. I'll be back in just a second. I head towards the stairs and make my way up them slowly. Panic doesn't set in until I reach my bedroom. There's no way I have a copy of that book. All that knowledge came out of nowhere. Even though I know I don't have the book, I search through my room hoping that a copy materializes from thin air. It's possible my dad has a copy of it in his study, but the door's probably locked. Renting a movie is one thing, but I'd have hell to pay if I broke in there. After looking for a while longer, I finally accept the tea. Dang, I'm sure we can still discuss without the book. I tell myself this as I leave my room. About halfway down the stairs, I see Yuri tucking out the wrist of her sleeve. She turns to face me as I reach the final step. Sorry, I must have misplaced it at some point. Oh wait, she was tucking out her sleeve? Oh no, not that. If you know anything about DDLC, you know what she was doing. It's quite alright, we can still discuss it from memory. If you want. Sounds good to me. I reclaim my seat next to her and we begin our discussion. We go over the differences between the movie and the book, things we thought the book did better, and occasionally we rewound the movie to point out certain details. After talking about it for a while, I feel my stomach growl. Hey Yuri, would you like anything to eat while you're here? Well... She pulls her phone out to check the time. I actually should be leaving soon. I should be home before dinner. Alright. I stand up from the couch and stretch my arms. I suppose I won't waste any more of your time. You're not wasting. Yuri stops. She realized I was only joking. Looks like you caught on to me, huh? She stands up with a confidence I rarely see in her. It looks as though you're going to have to try harder. Well, I can't say no if it's for you. Gosh, that was cheesy. I walked with her to the door, but stopped before she leaves. Last time I walked outside with a girl, things didn't end well. Is something wrong, Devin? Listen, about today, I had a really good time, and Yuri stares at me as I try to compose myself. Maybe we can do this again sometime. It doesn't have to be a movie, you could just read or maybe hang out together. As I try to regain my confidence, she simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Devin. He takes a step closer to me, then softly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Oh, no! No! No, this is what I was worried about! No, I was worried about this. Oh, gosh. Let's see how this plays out. Well, kind of like it. I kind of like a lot of things about you. Don't do it. Oh, my gosh. Before I have time to think, Yuri leans in and kisses me. As I return her kiss, all the world around me seems to melt away. In this instant, all my problems simply cease to exist. The pain in my eyes, my poor vision, the migraine, the time travel, the impossibility of my situation, it all just disappears. Right now, it's just me and Yuri. We pull away from each other after what seems like not enough time. Devin, I can feel the stupid grin on my face, but at this moment I fail to care. It's alright, Yuri. I'm really glad you came over. So am I. And I look forward to doing it again. I feel the same way. After a quick hug and saying our goodbyes, Yuri leaves and I close the door behind her. I should probably let her get down the street before I... Woohoo! Heck yeah! My celebration is cut short as I feel an intense pain in my head during a jumping fist pump. Ugh! It takes all the strength I have not to collapse on the floor. Dealing with headache and eyes first, celebrate second. Now that she's gone, the gravity of my poor vision kicks in. What if I'm going blind? But why would it happen now if it didn't happen last time? I continue to contemplate all this as I reacquaint myself with a bottle of painkillers. I down 2 pills and pour myself a glass of water. Glass in hand, I make my way back to the living room. My self-diagnosis begins as I take a seat on the couch. I know distorted vision and sensitivity light are symptoms of a migraine, but this is pretty much total color blindness. I can still see Yuri pretty well if I strain my eyes, but I can't imagine doing that the whole time was good for me. I begin to pull out my phone to look up my symptoms, but decide against it. It would probably just be telling me the worst possible alternative and that I've only got a week to live. Yeah, pretty accurate. I lie down on the couch and stare at the ceiling. After about a minute, I feel my eyelids getting heavy. Do migraines usually hurt the eyes, or is this just excitation? Maybe? No, that doesn't make sense. What is this feeling? That voice. My body quivers at the thought. It was so familiar. Yet it sounded like it was far away. Like it was shouting down a tunnel. It asked what I saw on the other side. If I felt trapped. And he didn't even realize it had happened. He must have thought I had seen a ghost. Why am I laughing? What happened today was nothing short of insane. Still, this feeling of warmth won't go away. That voice wasn't from the other side. It came from him. Maybe he really is like me and he just doesn't know it. The thought of Devin being the same as me sends a tingling feeling through my body. Maybe he's the reason that the jealousy isn't as bad as it normally is by now. Who knows? Maybe happiness can be found after all. I clench my fist as I say this, though I'm not too sure if it's out of hope or fear. As I do, I also feel the dwindling pain in my eyes. If he's like me, I wonder if he feels this too. I sigh as I lay my arms and head down on my desk. Maybe I can talk to him tomorrow. Just me and him. Together. Off script. Butterflies sprout up in my stomach as I plan out a conversation in my head. Devin. Uh, let's see. Let's finish up this section and then we'll probably end the stream. I'm up! I shoot awake and take a second to gather my bearings. Oh, right. As I sit up on the couch, I notice the pain in my eyes is gone, and my vision is mostly back to normal. Honestly, sleep is magical and should be worshipped. That aside, I'm just glad my headache is over. I don't know what I would have done if it had been permanent. As I pull out my phone and check out the time, I see that I received a text from Sayori a few minutes ago. Hey, what's up? I smile while typing my response. Just got done with some pretty intense napping. What about you? Sent. I'm a bit thrown off when I don't receive an immediate response. She's probably just busy. I pick up the remote and turn on the TV. Let's see. I scroll through some channels before I eventually settle on an episode of One Piece. I suppose this will do. About 15 minutes have passed and I still haven't received a reply from Sayori. I'm sure everything is fine. She did tell me she had a lot of homework to make up. Unless... What if she saw Yuri leave my house earlier? What if she's heartbroken? I feel my muscles tense up as the image of her hanging flashes in my mind. She wouldn't do that. She's been so happy recently. Come on, Sayori, just take me back, please. After another 5 minutes, I can't stand it anymore. I notice my hands are shaking while I'm dialing her number. I start the call, but nobody answers, then it goes to voicemail. Uh-oh. It'll be okay. She probably just put her phone on silent. My pep talk doesn't hold up as much as another minute passes. Dang it! I have to get over there. I stand up from the couch and sprint to the front door in a panicked hurry. Might have to switch the scene soon. I nearly fall over myself as I throw on my shoes. As I go to open the door, I feel a buzz in my pocket. I whip out my phone and see it's a text. You're starting to sound like me, and I just finished up the last of my homework. As I read the message, all I can hear is my heartbeat. I feel tears forming in my eyes as I slide to the floor with my back against the wall. Sayori, I thought I lost you. I wipe away the tears and try to stop my hands from shaking to type my response. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm sorry I didn't help any. Typing the last part makes my stomach turn. Don't worry, you're not off the hook yet. Huh? Well, as my loyal servant, I expect you to proofread it all. I form a poor excuse for a grin as I read this. Always making other people smile. I fight back more tears as I continue the conversation. Yes, ma'am, you have my unwavering loyalty. I feel like a liar as I read over the cheery text I just sent. It's to keep her happy. I can't let her know I'm this concerned. I'll bring it with me tomorrow morning. Sounds good. I'll prepare myself. Thanks, Devin. I'm happy to help, Sayori. Once we say our goodnights, I continue sitting on the floor. I don't know what to think of today. That kiss with Yuri was one of the happiest moments of my life. But then I almost broke into Sayori's house because I didn't get a text back. I bury my head into my knees. I'm losing it. Once I finish feeling sorry for myself and begin to stand up. No use moping around. I've still got work to do, I say unenthusiastically. I slowly make my way up the stairs. As I enter my room, I notice how messy it is from my rummaging earlier. Now it looks like a problem for tomorrow. I walk over to my desk and take a seat. I stare at the wall as I try to put my thoughts into words. So, the agenda. The constant visions of Sayori keep me from focusing. She wouldn't do something so extreme just because she saw a girl leaving my house. But still, I was so scared that I almost ran over there. I have to have faith in her. She seems so happy today. Especially after I gave her my poem. Maybe I should just focus on her for now. At least until the festival. Or is it too late for that? There's no telling how Yuri will act after what we did. My feelings become even more complicated as I begin thinking about Yuri. After today, it's hard to believe she has some serious life-threatening condition. She might be a little intense at times, but I didn't notice anything really wrong with her. I just didn't expect her to be the type that kisses on the first date, but maybe she's just really passionate. Still a little strange. Clearly, I've known her for over a week, but she's only known me for 2 days. Maybe this whole save them all thing doesn't actually have any weight to it. I mean, Yuri and Monica are both relatively normal, and Natsuki is probably just going through a rebellious phase. Sayori is the one who really needs my help. But what if I'm wrong and don't get another chance? I cross my arms on the desk and lay my head on them. Dang it! Worrying about it isn't going to solve anything. Might as well do something productive. I pull out a few pieces of paper and a pen. Once everything is in position, I get back into my writing position. Like before, I write down the words as I hear them in my head. First Sayori's, then Yuri's, and then finally Natsuki's. Though I'm a little unsettled as I read over my work. Dang, maybe writing just brings out a darker side of me. This thought is lost as I pull out another clean sheet of paper. Now it's just Monica. I look over at the blank sheet for a while in vain. Still nothing. Well, there's no harm in trying. I close my eyes and place my pen on the paper. After what seems like forever, I finally begin to hear the words. But this time they sound a little different. I try and focus as I begin writing down what I hear. I open my eyes as I finish writing the poem and begin reading it over. A chill comes over me as I get to the last line. This one came out pretty dark too. It seems so different from the others. I shake off the chill and begin copying down all the poems to make them more eligible. Once finished, I place them in my folder and stand up. I make my way to my bed, which I promptly flop down onto. Maybe a good night's sleep will help me think clearly. Dang it! I'm sorry. The outburst at Monica was regrettable, to say the least. I just couldn't stop myself after seeing her poem again. The way she reacted wasn't exactly what I expected. I thought that, well... Honestly, I'm not sure what I was thinking. I just hope she doesn't think Devin is some kind of crazy person now. This task is hard enough without her trying to avoid him. Oh, and speaking of Devin, seems like he's becoming unsure of what it is he's doing. You may have already known this, but each of these girls really does have a serious problem. When I saw the files during the reset, I got a look at their character traits. It states that Sayori has depression, Monica has obsession and self-harm, Yuri is abused, and Monica... Well, hers wasn't so simple. Her file was totally different from the others. It seemed to be locked, like I was being prevented from seeing inside. This is actually the reason I at first assumed she was like me. And while some of the things she says does seem to support that idea, it might not actually matter after what happened today. That boat may have sunk. Sorry again, I really hope I didn't mess anything up too bad. Try not to worry about it though, I'll do my best to make up for it. I'll find some way to convince Devin that he was right about the girls. If he sees a subtle sign from one of their problems, I'll try and point it out to him so that he knows for sure that something is wrong. If I had been smart, I would have paid him more attention to... If I had been smart, it would have had him pay more attention to Yuri's sleeve tugging. Or the fact that the light was slightly reflecting off a knife in her purse. But I didn't want to ruin the moment. I just hope that decision doesn't come back to haunt me. Well, us. Anyway, on a less somber note, you may have figured this out alright, but it's me who's been writing the poems. When Devin concentrates hard enough, he can hear me and get some control, and I get some control over him physically. So I've been helping out in that regard. I'm not sure why my handwriting originally looked like Monica's, but I doubt that it's important. Let's see, what else? Oh, I tried to say this last time, but I got cut off. Which is likely due to time here passing differently than it does normally. I was going to tell you that I've been inputting information into Devin since the reset. I didn't really have control over him seeing what I saw, but that's not all I've been able to give him. When the game reset, it was like I was forced out of the loop, per se. I didn't just see some of the game's files, it gave me a glimpse of the world outside too. Even though I only saw it briefly, I was practically overwhelmed with information. It actually took me quite a while to sift through it all, but once I did, I gave Devin some of the information that I thought might be helpful. First, it was memes and things like that that would give him some personality. Then was the information about various books and works of literature and so on. Also, you wouldn't believe how much of that stuff I had to remove. But I digress. I still have quite a bit of information I didn't give him, but at the moment it didn't seem useful. I was also scared that giving it all to him at once would break him somehow. I think that's just about it. Oh, and one last thing. It's about the pain we've been feeling these past 2 days. I'm not totally sure, but oh, come on! Not sure it may be caused by. Alright, I think this is a good stopping point. Let's save the game. Saved? Yeah, this is a pretty good stopping point. I mean, I have been streaming for almost 3 hours by this point, and honestly, I am a little bit tired. Honestly, this mod has quite a bit of potential. I'm really starting to like it quite a bit. In fact, I really thought it was really well made, and I think it's funny. The main problem I see with it is how it's going to progress, with you know, the MC and like his relationship with the girls. I'm not sure how that's all going to work out. It could work out in the end, maybe. I don't really know, but the problem I see is that he becomes romantically attached to every single one of the girls, and that could be a really, really big problem for him. So hopefully that's not the case. I doubt that it will be, but that's still something that I am worried is going to happen. But I guess we'll just see. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm going to be stopping the stream now. I know nobody's watching this, but honestly, I still had fun. I thought it was fun to do this, and it gave me something to do tonight. So yeah, thank you.